not taking personal readings at this time. Please do not get scammed by people posing as me in the comments section. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel, Roseology. So today's reading, we are looking into who is trying to come back into your life, or since you've been no contact, who has been thinking about you a lot and contemplating maybe reaching out, since Mercury and Venus are both retrograde in the sign of Aries. This is definitely drumming up a lot of different emotions and memories and stuff from the past. So there could be a lot of people that are pulling on your energy at this time. And this is something that we have been really exploring for the YouTube members and over on Patreon, just looking into what is going on this month of March 2025. There's a lot of cosmic shifts happening. Not only do we have Mercury and Venus both going retrograde, but we are also in the middle of this eclipse cycle right now. We have an eclipse coming later on this month, a solar eclipse in Aries, March 29th. We have Neptune moving into the sign of Aries, March 30th, after spending 14 years in Pisces. So there is a lot of major cosmic movements, transits, ingresses, stuff like that happening this month. And with all this energy happening in the first sign of the zodiac, Aries, this is really exposing and revealing all the different energetic cords that are still attached to us or still activated in some way. And over on Patreon, or for the YouTube members, which you guys can join down below in the description section, if you are interested in that, there's links to both of those down below. It's the same exact content, just different platforms, depending on your preferences. But over there for them with that exclusive content, we're going to be diving in even deeper into what is about to be revealed, the different breakthroughs that this eclipse cycle is triggering for you guys' life. And so that's going to be exclusively available for the YouTube members or the members on Patreon. And again, you can find the links to that down below in the description. But anyways, you guys, let me get into the different card decks that I used in today's reading so we can get to you guys' meditation, card selection, and then reading. So I use the Isis Oracle deck. Also the Living Wheel Astrology cards. Also the Sacred Geometry of Relationships Oracle. The Archetype cards. The Island Time Wellness Love Oracle cards. Unsent Messages to DF from DM Queen Messages. The Physical Features Oracle deck. And the tarot cards that I used in today's reading are all from the same deck, and it is called the Dream of Nile Tarot. This is a brand new tarot deck. It is not sponsored, but it is quickly become one of my favorite tarot decks. All right, now getting to the disclaimers and the meditation. Obviously, this is a general reading, meaning that it will resonate with who it is meant to resonate with. Tarot does not control or dictate your life. If you hear something that you do not like or agree with and think that you're just fixed to that reality, then you are not using my readings correctly. I conduct these readings for confirmation, not answers. If you hear something for the first time, please do not take that message without receiving further confirmation from your higher self and spiritual team. Realize at the end of the day, you have the final say with your destiny. Your free will is your power, and what you choose to do with it will determine your life outcome, not a pick a card reading on YouTube. So please be responsible and accountable for your own actions and use this as a guide to help decipher the messages that your spiritual team has been trying to send you all along. If you would like to participate in this meditation, this is a general reading for the collective. So in order for this reading to resonate with you personally, you need to personally be synced into the energy of the reading. To help you do that and help you select a pile with your third eye, not your physical ones, I will be offering a 60-second meditation. Halfway into it, I will be placing crystals for my clairvoyants that like to pick piles with objects on them. And after the clairvoyant pile selection, there will be a clairaudient selection where I play a different tone for each pile, and you can select a pile based off of which tone resonates with you the most. If you're drawn to another pile, that's because there is another message for you in that pile. So if you're ready, get into a relaxed position. Become aware of your entire body, starting with your feet and working that awareness up in sections from the feet to the head. Then take a deep breath in through your nose for around 5 seconds. Hold that breath for 3 seconds, and then exhale for 6 to 7 seconds. Then ask your guides, spirit, ancestors, the universe, or all of them to connect you to your higher self so you can receive confirming messages as to who may be trying to come back into your life. So this is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4, and pile number 5. On pile 1, we have pre-night. On pile 2 is gold mica. I'm not exactly sure what's on pile 3, but this is the crystal that we have. And pile 4 is hemomorphite. On pile 5 is pyrite. All right, pile 1, welcome to your reading. So we're starting off with you guys' tarot cards. Then I'll be pulling some oracle cards to check into this Venus retrograde phase to see who might be trying to come back into your life. So getting started with the tarot cards, we have the Three of Swords, then we have the King of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, I don't know if this person has the balls to come back to you, pile one. Just gonna give it to you straight. This looks like someone who really seriously let you down, like genuinely disappointed you with the Three of Swords here. This is someone that other people may have tried to warn some of you guys about. This Three of Swords says a lot of you guys had to learn the hard way firsthand about this person. And I can see that because the Three of Swords is ruled by Libra, and Libra is a sign that rules partnership, and not just romantic ones, but these are the relationships that we voluntarily enter into and commit to. So it's like maybe in business or in marriage, we have a certain level of loyalty to them more than anyone else when we deal with Libra and the partnerships that are born from that Libra and seventh house energy. Also, too, we may feel a very strong desire to protect those people that we have that sort of like seventh house connection or partnership with, because it's like, even if that relationship ends up ending, it's like, you know how some people can divorce their person and that ends up becoming their ex-spouse, and they still feel some level of loyalty to them, or like they don't want to drag their name through the mud. It's like there's still something there, even if the love is gone, the attraction is gone, even the respect might be gone, but it's like there still might be some level of like, I'm still not going to do you as dirty as I could do you. That's kind of what we have going on when it comes to those seventh house partnerships. They can sort of play out in that way. It's like that loyalty is really hard to kill, in other words, when we have relationships and partnerships that are as strong as that seventh house Libra energy. And this is because, again, like I said, Libra rules counterparts, our other half, someone that we feel completes us, and we admire certain qualities in them, maybe because we wish we had them ourselves. And this is someone with the King of Pentacles here who is really good at presenting themselves as being very put together, very solid, honest, down to earth, practical, and stable. But the Two of Pentacles in reverse here, it says that this person has another side to them. Or for some of you, this person was caught living a double life. They got caught with the Three of Swords here. Swords is associated with knowledge, information. Three swords can represent us becoming aware of or learning about something and suffering from what we find out. And I can see that here, especially with this King of Pentacles. This is someone that you guys really looked up to in a sense, and you really thought you could count on them. You thought they were dependable, reliable. This person was also really good at selling themselves and getting you guys to trust them. I don't know if this is someone that you did business with, for the Two of Pentacles cards to be out here, or if money was somehow involved, but you guys may have lost money dealing with this person, or again, maybe you loan them some money. This is also someone who's very successful, or they just looked really successful. This person was really good at appearing a certain way, but it wasn't the reality with this Two of Pentacles in reverse. This is someone that could have lived beyond their means as well. Or this Two of Pentacles in reverse could be saying that the relationship that you guys had, now that it's over, or now that you have learned certain things about them with the Three of Swords, you realize that it was almost like transactional, and you may feel as though you got used or played with this Two of Pentacles in reverse right here. Because when we're dealing with the Two of Pentacles, we're dealing with like an exchange of money. We're dealing with something where we're dealing with a sense of like, you know, you give me this pentacle, I give you that pentacle, you give me this thing and I give you that thing. And it's like, it's a equal sort of value when we're dealing with the Two of Pentacles. So it can talk about transactions. It can talk about exchanging something of value and receiving something of equal value. So in reverse, this can say that like I gave somebody something and I didn't get back what was owed to me. I didn't get that same value or quality back. So again, if this has anything to do with the relationship, then the relationship, now that it's over, now that you've discovered whatever you've discovered about this person, it may feel like you were taken advantage of or even used in some way. And this could also be taken literally for some of you, where it's like this person may have taken money from you and not paid you back. Whoever this is, pile one, there's a very strong suggestion in your pile that this person may try to come back into your life because they have fallen on hard times financially and are banking on your giving nature to help them out. They also know that they let you down in some way, but with the Three of Swords here, they still feel like they can explain their way out of the lies that they were caught in. And they feel like they can play on your emotions emotions to get you to forgive them. Honestly, pile one, I wouldn't be shocked if this person doesn't attempt to come back into your life either, because the facade was shattered. This person is highly embarrassed, and I can feel the pull of their energy. Like they want to come back, but they don't know how to approach you. They don't know how you feel with this Three of Swords and the Two of Pentacles in reverse, especially if there has been no contact so far. They don't know how to take you. And this person works best when they have like a script or a story or a narrative that they can stick to. But because of how things just sort of like abruptly ended with this Three of Swords right here, they don't know what you would say to them or how you would question them or what they would have to answer to. It's like they're worried about not being able to think of a lie quick enough or on their feet enough. So if this is someone that you are no longer in contact with, you guys might still hear stories about them, or you might still be finding out stuff that they lied about. For some of you, this was a pathological liar where you might have questioned after the fact if anything you ever knew about them was true. For some of you, this person fell off the map. They may have taken down their social media accounts with the Three of Swords right here. Maybe they changed their number, left their job, moved out of town. Like it's really difficult to get back in contact with them with the Three of Swords. Because like I said, swords, it deals with information, communication. And so with the Three of Swords here, it can be like whatever you guys found out, whatever sort of information came to the surface, it may have abruptly kind of ended communication where you were just like, you just didn't want to speak to them anymore. Or again, this person fell off the map, so they didn't have to answer your questions with the Three of Swords right here. And yeah, like it's like someone has a lot to answer for and they know that the jig is up, you know, in other words. And also your guys, they keep showing me a group of people with pitchforks in the air. And what they mean by that is you were not the only person that this individual lied to or tried to take advantage of. There's a lot of people that got burned or manipulated by this one person. And that may be a really big reason why this person never shows back up in person. Now I can see them for some of you. They may try to reach out maybe through the internet, like an email or a mutual acquaintance or a burner social media account or a random phone number with the Three of Swords here. Some unstable means of communication, Two of Pentacles in reverse, where in case you are not open to hearing from them or in case it goes bad and you guys don't receive them, they can just delete the account and disappear all over again. But this is someone that seems like they survive on taking advantage of people's giving nature. This might be a business associate, a friend, or someone that you gave money to. This could be an ex-friend even, or a romantic partner, or someone that you co-parent with. This person may also have a dependency or an addiction issue that some of you discovered after the fact because their behavior is extremely erratic, what I'm picking up on my end for some of you, and they pop back up when they need stuff with this Two of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so getting to some details of who this person could be. This could be a male or someone with masculine energy with the King of Pentacles. They could have really strong features. They may be a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising, with an emphasis on Capricorn because that's the sign that also rules the Two of Pentacles. Three of Swords is ruled by Libra, so this person could have strong Libra energy. This may be someone who you loan money to. They may owe you money as well. This Two of Pentacles in reverse, like we talked about. All right, you guys, let's pull Archetype card and see what comes out about this person. We have here child wounded. Child wounded came flipped over. This says light attributes awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children, opens a learning path of forgiveness. Shadow says blames all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds, resists moving on through forgiveness. So this person, they could be somebody in your life, pile one, where they told you about their childhood and maybe how traumatic their childhood was, how messed up it was. They could have talked about how their childhood was abusive. They could have talked about how their childhood kind of shaped them into the person that they are today. They could have told you about their childhood wounds and really sort of opened up to you. If some of you guys in this pile one also had a difficult or rough childhood, they may have tried to relate to you through that shared experience from your childhood. And that may be why maybe you guys opened up and trusted them, because maybe they shared certain things about their childhood. Let's grab another one. Okay, we have a blank card that flipped over. So this could be somebody that they are a chameleon for this blank card to flip over here. This deck, it comes with a few blank cards so you can kind of make up your own archetype card. So they could be someone that, actually I'm going to keep that out. They could be somebody that is a chameleon. They're able to fit in and get in with anyone. They're able to, this person might be like a salesman. Maybe literally. I meant more so like metaphorically they might be. Oh, hold on. We have here Samaritan, and then what also came out is Saboteur. And then underneath the deck, we have Mother. Okay, for some of you, this could actually be your mother or a mother figure. Samaritan here says light attribute refines your capacity to help those that you would prefer to ignore. And Shadow says exacting appreciation and recognition for the help that you offer. So this also could be somebody. So this also could be with Samaritan here, someone that maybe if they helped other people out, maybe they held it over their heads a little bit. But like it says, exacting appreciation and recognition for the help that you offer. So like I said, this person, I feel like they relied on people's charitable nature or helpful nature in order to survive. So with Samaritan here, this could be what this person did, was that they like took handouts from people, and maybe they kind of use that in a sense. And then we have here Saboteur, light attribute highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. Shadow says induces self-destructive behavior or the desire to undermine others. So with Saboteur, what I'm kind of picking up is just sort of like the saying a wolf in sheep's clothing with Saboteur here. This is someone, like it says, induces self-destructive behavior or the desire to undermine others. And they may have, with child wounded to be the first card to come out, it's a little eerie because this person, in a sense, it's like they came through as someone that has this like they came through as a person with goodwill and good nature and good intentions to, like, you know, they maybe want to help other people that have been through something that they've been through. Or this person, it's like they put on a facade, like they're very empathic, and they're not. They're like a wolf in sheep's clothing with the Saboteur right here. And then we have here Mother. It's interesting because the child wounded card came out, and then we have Mother underneath the deck. So this person, they could have like directly triggered some sort of child wound for some of you guys. Maybe if you guys have a mother wound or something like that, this person could have triggered that or tapped into that. They could have used some things that you guys have gone through in your past, kind of like to almost manipulate you or influence you in a way. And light attributes for Mother says nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy, and giving birth to life. That's what I feel like this person came through as, is like someone that seems nurturing. They seem patient, like they want to give unconditional love, and maybe they do on one end, because people are extremely complex, right? Like maybe on one end, that's what this person wants to do, but because they have their own maybe wounds, or they're just solely living in survival mode, they're not able to show up as that person. Shadow here says smothering or abandoning children, instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. And it's interesting because this one says desire to undermine others, and highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. And then in the Mother Shadow side of this card, it says instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. So this person didn't want you to become independent. They wanted you to rely on them. Whoever this is, they wanted you to rely on them. For Mother and Child to come out, this is somebody that wanted you to rely on them. They didn't want you to necessarily think for yourself, because they probably didn't want you to start asking questions or wonder why things were the way that they were. They really didn't want you kind of like clocking their tea and, you know, doing your own investigation or your own research. This is someone that just wanted you to believe them unconditionally, even when things didn't add up. And again, this is a wolf in sheep's clothing. They came through as a good Samaritan. They came through as someone that wanted to help other people, but that is just not their truth. A little bit eerie, kind of eerie. It's only eerie to me, I think, because like this person, it feels like this person's a good liar. Yeah, I did mention that. This person could be a pathological liar. Let's see what you guys get for your relationship card here. It says first chakra, the energy of the root chakra supports our sense of safety in a physical world and reminds us to enjoy our physical bodies. Yeah, this is someone that they directly directly are living through, they're living through survival mode with the first chakra, the root chakra. The root chakra, it completely taps into our survival mode, our sense of security, our instincts. So this person, they could have, when you first met them, for this first chakra card to come out, when you guys first met this person, you may have always had a gut feeling or instinct, either when you first met them or even as the relationship went on. You may have had like a gut feeling, like don't tell them everything, don't unconditionally trust them. This first chakra card, and then we have the seventh chakra. Yeah, you guys as guides were speaking to you and telling you not to trust this person too much throughout the length of this relationship. The seventh chakra says the energy of the crown chakra supports our feeling of being connected to a higher power and part of a larger whole. So this person, whoever they are, they really activated you guys' root chakra, your sense of safety and security. They may have made you guys feel unsafe. They may have made you feel, it's weird. It's like at first they kind of like drew you in with like this idea of like being a reliable person, somebody that you could trust. So you did depend on them fully with this first chakra card here. And then with that trust that you guys may have given them, they also eventually made you feel unsafe, or maybe insecure, or maybe unsure of yourself, or maybe made you doubt yourself, especially with this Three of Swords right here, because, you know, once this person left out of your life, you could have wondered, like, do I have a good judge of character? Do I really know what's best for me? Seventh chakra. But again, like I said, what I'm picking up with this first chakra and then the seventh chakra here is that it's like, you guys always may have had a gut feeling, like not that something wasn't right, or not to fully trust this person. Let's see, if this person could reach out to you, what would they say? Let's see what comes through. Okay, what flipped over is, I want to protect you from anyone that would ever take advantage of you, angel. See, this is somebody that like, they want to come through as like the savior, the knight in shining armor. You know that saying, how does that saying go? Like somebody will light a house on fire and then piss on it and say they saved you. I don't know. I think I just butchered that saying. But it's like, that's what this person is giving. Like they would set the house on fire and then come through with like a hose and be like, oh my God, look, I saved us. But it's like the house would have never been on fire if it wasn't for that person. It's really strange here. But yeah, this is what it's giving. I want to protect you from anyone that would ever take advantage of you, angel. And it's like, you are the person taking advantage of them or of pile one. That's the really odd part about this person. There's something a little off. Underneath the deck here, it says the connection we had was too much for me to handle, so I denied the connection that I felt with you. So for some of you guys, this could have been a romantic partner for sure that just felt a little overwhelmed with how strong the romantic connection was. And they may have just kind of just abruptly left. Like we kind of talked about the Three of Swords right here. And as you guys can see in this card, it's like they just left someone behind with this question mark here, like what just happened. So there could have been something that was very abrupt about this relationship. It could have just abruptly sort of ended out of nowhere. Let's see what astrological cards we get here. Okay, we have here South Node. Wow. South Node and then North Node underneath the deck. South Node is currently in Virgo, just moved into Virgo January 11th. North Node is currently in Pisces, just moved into Pisces, obviously January 11th. So this person, when we're dealing with the nodes, the South Node and the North Node, these are points that are connected to the moon in astrology. Moon represents the mother. We do have the mother card that came out for you. And so when it comes to the North and the South Node, they represent the points on the moon's orbit where she perfectly aligns with the sun and the earth. And that's when we have our eclipses, either a lunar eclipse or a solar eclipse. But the North and the South Node, they represent parts of the moon where it's either the moon is either very logical or she's very instinctive. And another way that you can see the North and South Node is kind of like is either the head of the dragon or the tail of the dragon. North Node is the head of the dragon, meaning that it's a very logical, mental driven space where we feel called towards the North Node. We feel pulled that way. But going towards the North Node requires us to leave behind the South Node. The South Node is connected to the tail of the dragon, which is a very physical, fueled place. The South Node is purely instinctive, and the South Node is something that we've been operating operating in. We've been doing it for a long time. So it represents our comfort zone. And the thing that I've always said about the South Node is that it's like, even though it's our comfort zone, it's a place we're extremely familiar with, it also is a very difficult place to be in because it feels like a rut. So there's something here for the South Node to come out for you guys. This tells me that this person, when they first came into you guys' life, it may have felt like you were connecting with someone that you've known your whole entire life. And throughout that relationship, especially once that relationship ended, it may have felt like it was pushing you towards the North Node, where it's like, I need to either choose myself or I need to end this type of cycle, because you guys may have experienced a relationship like this before. This relationship may not be foreign to you guys. You guys may have had a relationship similar with like maybe a parent figure or a sibling or an old lover or an ex-friend or business associate. And it's like, you guys, now that you have gone through this situation and you have seen the other side of this person, or you learned about the double life that they may have been living, it's like it sort of shoved you into your North Node space where it's like, okay, now I need to do what I'm not used to doing, and I need to end this connection. I need to end this partnership. I need to put myself in my safety first, and I need to do something for my benefit and get out of the situation. So it's like there's a pull, you know, when we're dealing with the South Node, North Node, it's a pull. Either to pull back to the South Node, where it's our past, it's our comfort zone. This is what we're most familiar with. But also the South Node, as I describe it, this is the place where we watch our potential and our dreams and our goals slowly die. Whereas the North Node, it's like, this is something that we are climbing towards, we're pushing towards, but it's a really difficult place to go to because we've never done it before. So we have no instincts in this place. We don't have a blueprint. We don't know what we're doing. We are totally in unfamiliar territory with the North Node. So it's a very mental place where it's like we are learning with every step that we take towards the North Node. Every single step is a lesson, or it's a learning phase. And so the North Node can definitely be seen as a lesson. South Node is more so like, I'm not learning anything here. I'm just sort of like gorging on my comforts. So it's really interesting that you guys pulled both nodes here. You may feel an extreme pull with this person where it's like a part of you may want to forgive them. A part of you may even still feel bad for them. Yeah, I talked about that earlier with you guys as Libra energy coming through with the Three of Swords, because the Three of Swords is ruled by Libra. I talked about that earlier when I was just looking at you guys' tarot cards, that I use that example that even when certain relationships end, like a marriage, for instance, and you get divorced, you may still feel a need to protect them. Even though the attraction isn't there, even though you've fallen out of love, it's like just principle for what it is that we had, for the relationship that we had, for the commitment that I made. Even though it didn't work out, even though we're not together anymore, I still don't have a need to be at my worst and drag this person's name through the mud. It's like you can almost still feel a sense of wanting to protect this person. So there could even be like a little bit of like almost like Stockholm syndrome happening here. I think I'm using that correctly. But it's just so interesting that this North and South Node came out. This person really polarizes you guys. They really make you guys feel maybe like divided almost, where it's like, again, maybe you still feel bad for them in a sense. And then there's this other half of you that's like, move on, cut it off, cut your feelings off, cut your emotions off, do what you need to do, put yourself first. It's a very, very extremely split place for you guys when it comes to dealing with this person. It's not easy. It's not like a clean cut to just like cut this person out of your life, is what this tells me with the North and South Node here. It's like you guys have to really do one or the other. There's no in between for you guys. Let's see what this person's intentions may be coming back into your life here. Okay, so we have here the Chaser that says chaser and codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issue. Underneath that, we have not today, not dealing, her avoiding a conversation, call, person, boundaries, still angry. This is what they're scared of. And then underneath the deck, we have Cupid's arrow. It says have faith, love is coming, surprise, invitation, or meeting hesitations. So with the Chaser here, this person, they may have almost like love bombed you guys, or even if it wasn't romantic in the very beginning, they may have called you all the time, invited you out all the time. They may have looked like they were, bringing all these opportunities opportunities into your life, or all this adventure and fun into your life, or they really gave you guys something in the very beginning of this relationship that made you maybe feel special, made you feel seen, and made you feel safe, right? That's something that we already talked about with the chaser here. It says chaser in a codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issue. So this person, that child wounded right here, this person may have been abandoned as a child. This may be somebody that they directly triggered you guys as like mother energy, or your feminine energy, or your loving energy, where it's like, oh, you were hurt in your life. I know what that feels like. And you guys may have wanted to help this person or heal this person or love this person out of their child wounds. And so it's like they may have almost created this, like this chase here between you guys, where sometimes maybe you felt like you were chasing them, and other times, like especially in the beginning, it may have felt like they were chasing you. And then all of a sudden there was like a switch up, like we talked about with your Two of Pentacles in reverse right here. And then we have not today, not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, call, person, boundary, still angry. This is exactly what I said, where it's like this person, they may not reach out to you guys because they're scared of you being upset. They're scared of you being angry. They don't know how to answer a lot of your questions. I don't think this person knows how to be honest, especially now that they have been caught or some sort of information has come out about them. I think that this person, like they don't have, I don't think they have the balls to pick up the phone and get in contact with you guys. I really don't. I think they're honestly a little bit afraid of you guys, or they are scared of owning up to everything that's come out about them. They don't know how to answer that. They don't know how to deal with the truth of them that's come out, because they were so used to wearing this facade of like this trustworthy Samaritan, this good person. They were so used to looking like the good guy, the good woman, the good person, that now that something else has come out about them that is questioning the facade that they were wearing or the facade that they put on, they don't know how to deal with that like discrepancy of like, are you a good guy or are you a bad person? Like, who are you? They don't know how to deal with those questions. And so I pulled from this deck to see what is the purpose of them coming back into your life. And it says here, not today. So this is something that might not be happening anytime soon. It might not happen at all for you, pile one. Just being honest. I picked that up, in the beginning, just looking at you guys as tarot cards. I think that was the first thing that I said, is that this person doesn't have the balls to come back to a lot of you guys. So this may not ever happen for you, pile one. This person may be long gone because they don't know how to confront all the questions and doubts that they left you with. That's just the God honest truth that I'm picking up in anyways on my end. And then with the chaser here, for those of my pile ones where this person, they do attempt to come back, it's like they're trying to start the cycle up all over again. You guys, I don't know what my mic didn't pick up on, because for some reason it tried to connect to another mic in my room here. That never happens. Mercury retrograde activities is so annoying. Anyways, hopefully my mic picked up on everything. It looks like it did. Thank God. It looks like it only missed out on a few seconds. But what I was saying here, in case my mic didn't pick up on it, is that this person, because I pulled from this deck to see what their intentions are for coming back into your life if they try to come back into your life. And with the chaser card here, it would be to begin another cycle of this same sort of pattern, or the same sort of situation, north node, south node thing all over again, where it's like they're chasing and maybe they make you trust them all over again, only to maybe pull the same stuff. Like it says, chaser and codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issue. So this is somebody that may be coming back because they don't like being abandoned. They don't like the fact that you guys are maybe not speaking, but also too, they're codependent. They don't know how to be alone with this chaser card right here. And then underneath the deck here, we have Cupid's arrow. This is the thing. They want to come back and almost like love bomb you guys, kind of like what we talked about in the beginning, or we talked about that just a few minutes ago. So they sort of want to come back and maybe make you fall in love with them all over again, or make you believe in them and trust them all over again with this Cupid's arrow. Have faith. It says, have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation or meeting, hesitation, but still at the same time, this person, they may be a little hesitant. They're kind of scared of you, pile one. They're a little scared of you. They're either scared of you or they're scared of just having to tell the truth. One of the two. Definitely one of the two. Okay, let's see what features, what possible features this person may have or what pops up for them. So we have here man bun, wavy hair. They could have long hair. They may wear a man bun, or they may wear a bun in their hair quite often. That may kind of be like a brand of theirs, is to wear a man bun. Also in this card, they have a huge beard. We also have here straight hair coming out, wavy hair, straight hair. Let's see what else we get. It says average height. So this person could be average height, not short, not tall, somewhere in the middle. Ooh, hold on. We have here beard. Yeah. Like there's a beard on that one. We have here red hair, blue eyes, mohawk. So this person could have even changed their appearance too, you guys. Because we have here wavy hair, straight hair. And then we have here mohawk man bun. So this could be somebody that changed their appearance. Like they're really in hiding if that's the case. Underneath the deck, we have for you piercings. So they may have piercings. They may have added some piercings since not speaking to you. They may have dyed their hair a different color with red hair right here, blue eyes. They may have really either blue eyes or very striking eyes, eyes that like you kind of notice when you're first meeting this person, eyes that kind of stand out. Okay, and then let's just pull final message from the mother set. What does pile 1 need to know about the person trying to come back into their life? Okay, and we have here, it says soul retrieval, deep soul healing with the goddess. Okay, and I'm going to read this message from a set to you. Underneath the deck, we have key of life, spinning the ankh, the key of life. And soul retrieval says, Isis, healing goddess, now offers you spiritual restoration and deep soul healing through the art of soul retrieval, reclaiming pieces of you lost through trauma, old and new. Wow. Okay. It says soon you will enjoy greater wellness, energy, and power, as well as the opening of gifts and soul abilities that you did not know that you had. So the message here from a set to you guys, pile 1, is that the notorious set, she wants to help you guys really heal from the situation, because what it looks like, especially going off of a set's message to you guys, is what it looks like here to me is that this person who came through in your reading today, it's like you guys have dealt with this person before or this energy before. And I'm not saying like this same exact person, but it's like there's some sort of wound here that keeps popping up in you guys' life from time to time. And this is what the Netter set really wants to help you guys heal for good. So this is not a pattern that keeps repeating over and over and over again, pile 1. But for sure, you guys, if you feel comfortable with it, if you feel led or called to do it, definitely reach out to the Netter set for soul retrieval, to call back parts of you that you may feel that this person took with them, or they took from you in some way. Make sure that you are relying on your spiritual team, or calling out to a higher power that you feel comfortable with, to call those parts of your soul and your own essence back in. Okay, because there's some deep soul healing that is available to you guys now. So pile 1, this is all that I'm saying for you. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self and amazing spirit for these messages. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye. All right, pile 2, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off you guys as tarot cards. Then I'm going to be pulling additional oracle cards for some messages under this Venus retrograde phase to see who is trying to come back into your life. So getting started, the very first tarot card that we have for you is the Hierophant. Then we have the Goddess of Fire, or the Queen of Wands in reverse. And then the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords is showing up again. So pile 2 right away. Some of you guys, you were drawn to pile 1 for sure, because the Three of Swords also popped up over there. But pile 2 for you guys, this might be someone that you were married to because of the Hierophant here, or this could be someone who was or is now very religious. This might be a woman or someone with really strong feminine energy with the Queen of Wands in reverse. This could be a mother figure, and they may be uncomfortable with their feminine energy for this queen to show up in reverse. Also, too, this could be somebody that you guys are separated, like legally separated from. And Three of Swords underneath the deck for you, it tells me that for a lot of you, the last time that you talked to this person or saw them, you got in an argument with them, or it was a really painful breakup with absolutely no closure here. So this Three of Swords is reading very different from pile one. This person could be a Taurus with the Hierophant here, or a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, or a Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising, because the Three of Swords is connected to Libra. It actually deals with Saturn, exalted in the sign of Libra, and then the goddess of fire, the Queen of Wands. She is very connected to the fire signs, again, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Now, pile two, this person, they want to run back to you if they have not already. This is someone where it doesn't feel like they meant you any harm, at least not from my angle. This feels like you guys went your separate ways because of a disagreement that you couldn't figure out how to come together, and it was easier to separate at that time. But since that time has passed, this feels like they think of you all the time with the Three of Swords over here, and they wonder if the relationship is salvageable. This person doesn't feel like themselves without you with this Queen of Wands in reverse. They feel a little bit lost, and if this person wasn't religious or spiritual when they were in your life, they became more religious because they were looking for understanding, how to become a better person. They're looking for forgiveness too. And there seems like hurt both ways here, like maybe you're hurt and they're hurt. Maybe you guys hurt each other somehow, but it's at the point now where the main thing that's hurting them is not having you in their life anymore. This is someone that feels like they'd be happy to move on and forgive with the Hierophant over here and apologize and make things right because their ego is not involved in this at all with the Queen of Wands in reverse. Maybe it was when you guys first went your separate ways, but at this point, it's like, not anymore. Essentially, they've been humbled with the Queen of Wands in reverse. Wands represents energy, ego, personality, passion, intentions, courage. So Queen of Wands is someone who is so prideful that she wears even her darkest aspects, like her shadow, out in the open for all of the world to see, because she says, I have nothing to be ashamed of. I accept who I am, and I'm proud of who I am and where I've come from and everything that I've gone through and everything that I've done. I wear it boldly. So in reverse, this is someone who feels exposed, or like there's certain parts of themselves or their ego that they blame for their unhappiness or they are ashamed of. So they've been humbled somehow, again, pile two, like I mentioned. And that happens sometimes when we take space from people. If people are open to it after a while, common sense and reason, it seems to rush back in, and people are able to see things more clearly without so much emotion involved, without so much passion involved, and they're really able to see what they lost. And so like this last conversation with the Three of Swords is really weighing on this person's psyche and soul, pile two. They feel like they cannot have peace if things are left the way that they are, because they have a deep fear of never getting it right with you, and that last conversation turning into a lifelong regret. That is like a serious fear of theirs. They already regret how things have ended up. And I can see with the Hierophant here that they have been getting closer and closer to a higher power and their own emotions. And this person, they even pray for another chance just to make things right or to see you or hear from you. So they may have also put you guys' relationship in God's hands with this Hierophant over here, because with the Queen of Wands in reverse, it's like they feel like a screw up. And I guess that's the best way I could sort of describe it. Again, Wands, it represents intentions, motives. Queen of Wands in reverse says, I did not mean for that to happen. So this person, they feel like they unintentionally messed things up, or like if they had another chance, they would accidentally ruin it or sabotage it. And so this person is fearful. They are really scared. They won't get another chance to set things right. This could also be someone who's in a leadership role and they regret how they handled things with you because they feel like they were out of character. They feel like they are their own disappointment, pile two. It's kind of like they are their own karma, almost like they're really punishing themselves or blaming themselves, and they're not afraid to try again. They just don't want things to get worse. And that's what they're pretty much scared of. They don't want to push you further away. And of course, use your discernment and you know your own life, pile two. So please do not allow a tarot reading to make this decision for you. Okay. But if this is something that you guys can move past, I could see this particular scenario being something that you guys' relationship really grows from or strongly bounces back from. But this situation or argument has been a catalyst for this person to seek help, maybe from a therapist or a higher power or a priest or a pastor. Either way, it's made them reflect and look inwards with this Queen of Wands in reverse. They may even ask you to go to therapy or even to church, because they really are willing to do what it takes to grow from this and take accountability wherever they can. All right, pile 2, let's grab some archetype cards, see what comes out for you for this person. We have here scribe, light attribute, preserving knowledge and information, shadow, altering facts or plagiarizing others' work. So this is someone that they may have taken up writing or just really trying to get their, this may be someone too that like they keep maybe texting you something and then deleting it. This may be someone that is like, they communicate better writing down their feelings and their thoughts. This may be someone that would prefer to speak to you in like the form of an email or something where they can write things down. But this person too with the scribe here is like someone that is, they're remembering everything in detail. They may be sort of like going back over the last conversation that you guys had in detail and kind of replaying everything that you said, everything that they said. This is someone that really preserving knowledge and information. This is someone that really wants to learn. They want to gain knowledge from what has happened between you guys. And they're really trying to better themselves. Like I talked about here with the Hierophant over here with scribe. Let's see what else we get. Oh, underneath the deck, we have Child Divine, but let me keep shuffling. We have a blank card that came out. I need to like put these blank cards up. But with the blank card here, this could be saying that this is someone who they're unlearning a lot of different qualities. This could be somebody who is trying to change who they are or change who they have been in order to become a better person. Yeah, we have shapeshifter coming out. Shapeshifter, child magical underneath the deck. And then we have here alchemist. This is somebody that's really trying to transform, because we have the blank card, shapeshifter, and alchemist. And alchemist light attribute says transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. Shadow attribute says misuse of the power and knowledge that come through spiritual practice. Yeah, this is somebody that is really trying to learn through spirituality, through religion, through practicing different beliefs or philosophies. Like this is somebody that's really, they're reading a lot. Maybe they're learning a lot. They're talking to people that they feel are wise or have really good counsel for them, with the scribe card here, and then alchemist. And then with shapeshifter, it says light attributes, skills at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. Shadow says projecting in any image that serves your personal agenda in the moment. Yeah, this is someone, again, they're really trying to change who they are. They may not feel proud of themselves and maybe how they handled things in the past. Whether that is with you guys, they may feel ashamed of, like we talked about your Queen of Wands in reverse. She is someone that she wears all of her darkest moments and sides of herself out for the world to see. And she says, I claim responsibility for every single part of me, even the parts of me that maybe I should be ashamed of or I should hide it away. I'm not going to do that because I'm not ashamed of who I am. And I feel, and with the Queen of Wands being in reverse, like I said, when we were just looking at you guys' tarot cards, this person that wants to come back into you guys' life, they feel a lot of shame about something. They feel a lot of shame about the person that they used to be. And this is why they are so serious about transforming, alchemizing their energy, and really learning from their mistakes. And that may also be why this blank card came out as well. Like I said, some of you too, you may have been also drawn to pile 1. And this is an extremely different energy from pile 1 to you guys' pile. So there could be a couple of people in you guys' life that may be trying to come back into you guys' life. This person here in pile 2, I feel is a lot more genuine than the person that came through in pile 1. But you guys may have a couple of different people that are maybe like pulling on your energy or would like to come back into your life, because the blank card also came out for pile 1 and the 3 of Swords. But we have here child magical light attributes, or you guys too. Because like I said, this 3 of Swords, it feels extremely different from pile 1 to you guys' pile. You guys too, you may have just been immediately almost like repulsed at pile one. You may not have even listened to pile one. If that is the case, that could be because there is someone from pile one that is like pile one's energy, or you may have had an experience similar to the one that came through in that pile that is trying to come back into your life, but you guys have closed the door on that emotionally and energetically. So that could also be the case. But we have here child magical underneath the deck, light attributes, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. Yeah, this person is really reconnecting to their inner child as well. Shadow attributes says pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. Yeah, this person may really be taking the time to reconnect to their inner child. And that may be what they are transforming into a more, authentic side of themselves, where they are really kind of stripping away. Or maybe this person was a little bit similar to pile one, and they are actually genuinely and sincerely transforming and changing. Because like I said, in pile one, that wasn't the best energy that came through, in my opinion, in pile one. That may be the same person for some of you in this pile. You're going to know better than me. I'm just the reader. But if that's the case, then this person is genuinely trying to change for you guys. They're genuinely trying to change something or somewhere. And they're really willing, and they feel like the amount of shame that they feel for whatever it is that they've done in their past, or however it is that maybe they treated you, or however it is that you guys left off, that has been enough. They've been wearing that shame in a way where it's like it has motivated them, and it has really pushed them to truly, truly change. Hierophant right here for sure. So this could actually be the same kind of person. Okay, you guys, let's pull a relationship oracle card here. Just see what comes through for you. Message about this connection. Okay, we have here balance came out, and underneath the deck we have soul. Balance says the frequency of balance supports our ability to find harmony with all aspects of our three-dimensional and multidimensional layers of reality. And then soul underneath the deck says the energy of soul activates our connection to the part of us that is closer to the higher realms, God or the divine. Yeah, again, this person is really trying to get closer to God. But also too, for both of these cards to come out kind of describing or giving you a message about the relationship that you have with this person. This is someone that is trying to balance their soul. If we're going to take both of these cards together, this is someone that's trying to find inner balance, true inner harmony, alchemy right here. That's exactly what alchemy is. It's about taking an element that is in one form and completely transforming it, shape-shifting it into a whole different element. And so this is someone that is changing from the core. When we deal with alchemy, the essence of that thing has to change. So this is someone that is doing extremely deep soul searching and changing and transforming, because they're trying to balance. They're trying to balance maybe their light side and their dark side, or their past and their present. This is someone that is really sincerely trying to change and learn from their past decisions for sure. But also, as a message that this pertains to you guys' relationship, this is a relationship that really has the ability to help you guys really connect to your soul, to your own essence, to who you are as a person. And also it can bring a lot of balance into your life. So this can also, with the balance card coming out, this is telling me that you guys can almost go from, like kind of like what we talked about when I was just looking at you guys' tarot cards, where it's like, I feel as though if you guys decide to give this person another chance, that you guys can really grow from this. Your relationship can grow from this, and you guys independently and individually can grow from this. And I believe that this is also what this balance card is alluding to, that you guys can really develop and mature from this situation or this experience here, where it's like maybe you guys learn how to forgive or get past things where maybe before you would have never given this person a second chance. But it's like now you're at a point in your life where it's like, no, like I feel as though we can come back from this. I feel as though we can work from this. I feel as though I don't want to give up on this. That's what's kind of coming through with this balance card right here. Sorry, I hit my mic. It might have been a little loud. All right, let's pull a card here to see if this person could send you guys a message. What would it be? Wait, is there a card flipped over? There's a card flipped over. I don't know who this is also new to me. I'm not sure how to deal with this all at once. I think this was from last time I used this deck. Let's see if this person could send you a message. What would they say? Okay. And it says here, can you trust that I would never hurt you, that my intentions for you are pure? Like I was saying, this person here is extremely sincere for you, pile 2. Almost called you pile 1. It says, can you trust that I would never hurt you, that my intentions for you are pure? This person has pure intentions. Should you and this person decide to like amicably settle everything and come back together, I mean, I'm just a reader. I don't want to say that you guys can or cannot trust this person, but that is this person's intentions, is to treat you the way they should treat you. Underneath the deck here, it says, the idea of commitment scared me because I thought I needed my freedom. But when it comes to you, I am more than willing. You are what makes me feel free, even if I'm not very vocal about it. So this is someone too, pile 2, that if you guys had maybe a romantic connection with them, they may have been a little bit afraid, not a little bit, but a lot afraid of commitment and just being with one person. That may have been something that they had to do some soul searching with and settle and figure out, like, why does that bother me? Why does that scare me? Why does that turn me off? Why does that make me want to run away? So this person, they may have needed to separate from you guys. You may have needed to separate from them because maybe you guys could sense that, like, they're not ready for a commitment. They're not ready to take me seriously. And I'm not going to allow anybody to play with me or my time or my emotions. And so this person, they may have gone away and done some deep soul searching and some soul healing to really come to terms and figure out what they want. And what they want, pile 2, for a lot of you guys, is you. They're ready for that commitment. Like it says here, can you trust that I would never hurt you? My intentions for you are pure. Okay, so this could be somebody that is coming back to truly commit to you guys. Let's grab some astrology cards here. See what comes out. We have 7th house. Okay, 7th house. Underneath that is, we have the 8th house. I believe 7th house wanted to be seen. So we have the 7th house coming out, and then we have Cancer. For some of you, Cancer may rule your 7th house. 7th house, though, is the house of partnerships, connections, commitments. This is where some of you guys were definitely drawn to pile 1, because I talked a lot about the 7th house in pile 1 for sure. If that's the case, then that person, they may seriously have done some deep soul searching and changing. Okay, this is only for those of you that may have been a little bit drawn to pile 1, but the 7th house, it deals with partnerships, connections. So when we're dealing with the 7th house, this is the house that this is the house that opposes the first house of self. So if the first house deals with me, then the 7th house deals with the other. And the 7th house is where we voluntarily make commitments to someone because we love them that much, or we see that much value in them. We see that much good in them. We see something long-term in that person that we want to voluntarily commit to. So this is not the relationships that we were born with in our life, like maybe our family, or like maybe, you know, being born into a certain community and that's just like your local area. No, these are people that came into your life later on in life, and you choose to commit to them because you cannot see yourself or your life without them when we're dealing with the 7th house. So this is all about taking that relationship to the next step. When we're dealing with the 7th house, it's like it's an unnecessary commitment. So I don't want to call it unnecessary, but it's like you can be in a relationship with someone and you don't have to get married. That is you and that person going out of your way to commit to each other. And it doesn't just have to be romantic. The 7th house, it can also deal with business partnerships. So these are the people that, again, it's like, I see so much value in you. You bring so much to this business and to my life that I would contractually obligate myself to you. I am willing to fuse my finances and money and whatever else it may be that's important to me with you because I love doing business with you, or I want to do business with you. This is something that I could see long term. And then Cancer over here is the sign that rules It's the sign that deals with the mother. It deals with comfort zones. It deals with domestic life. It deals with family, emotions, intuition, instincts. And Cancer rules the very bottom of the chart in the 4th house. And this is basically where, if you think about like a plant that has its roots in the soil, and the roots is what sucks up all of those nutrients out of the soil in order to feed that plant. That's exactly what Cancer energy is. Cancer energy is how we are fed. And so basically Cancer is going to tap into what we need in order to feel safe and comfortable and nourished and in order to thrive. So for you guys, for Cancer in the 7th house to come out again, Cancer may rule you guys as 7th house, may rule a part of or the whole of you guys as 7th house. You'll know that if you are a Capricorn rising, maybe even a Sagittarius and Aquarius rising, you could still have Cancer ruling your 7th house. But Cancer in the 7th house coming out, and you guys as pile definitely says this person could definitely be a Cancer, but also too, this is basically saying that you guys with this partnership has the ability to feed your soul. It has the potential to make you feel safe and secure. And the biggest thing that Cancer in the 7th house card is saying in your reading is that this relationship, this partnership, this person, they feel like home, or they have the ability to make you feel like you are at home with them and that you are safe no matter what is happening in the world. It's like, as long as you're with them, you're home. You know, like that song, Home is Wherever I'm With You, that song, that's basically Cancer in the 7th house energy for sure. Okay. All right, you guys, so let's see this person's intentions coming back into your life, if you were to allow them back in. Okay, so we have here engagement ring. It says engagement, partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, union. Yeah, this is definitely that 7th house energy right here. Underneath the deck here, we have date, meeting someone new, dating, get back out there, plan, set a date. So this person may for sure be a romantic partner that was in your life at some point in a romantic way. This may be a past lover. This may be somebody that you are, I did mention that in you guys' reading when I was just looking at your tarot cards. This could be someone that you were engaged to at one point or married to at one point. You guys may be in a legal separation with this person, but this person's intentions in coming back to your life, they would like to get engaged, or if that is coming through metaphorically, they want to come back into your life in a very serious way, in a long-term sort of way, with the 7th house coming out, and then also now engagement ring popping up. So this could be literal, where this person wants to come back into your life and get engaged. They want you to know that they're going to take you seriously, that they do take you seriously, that they miss you, and that they would never let you go again. Kind of like what it says with this card over here, that the idea of commitment scared them because they thought they needed their freedom. But when it comes to you, I'm more than willing. You are what makes me feel free, even if I'm not very vocal about it. And talking about having pure intentions. Yeah, this is someone that they want to make things official. So this is someone that essentially they see you as like in game. And then we have here date, meeting someone new, dating, get back out there, plan, set a date. With meeting someone new here, this person could be afraid that you're going to meet someone new. They could be afraid of that. And that's why they want to come back in to kind of like tie that down and make sure you don't meet anyone new. Also too, this person, they want to come back into your life and even get to know you, because that's what the dating phase is, right? It's like we date people to really get to know them, to see if there's potential there for something long-term and if there's potential there for an actual commitment or relationship. So this person, they also want to come back into your life and really get to know you. They also want you to get to know the new them as well, with this date card coming out for you. So they may come back and ask you guys out on a date. And if this isn't romantic, then this could be somebody coming back and saying, hey, let's grab a coffee, or let's go out to dinner, or can we meet up somewhere and just talk? Okay. Let's see if we can get some actual physical features. We have here tall. So this person could be tall. They could have a beard. Beard just came out. They could have blonde hair. So we have blonde hair, beard, tall. Oops, hold on. We have muscular underneath the deck. So they could be muscular. We have here wavy hair. And then we also have here freckles. So this person could have freckles, wavy hair, with muscular over here, this could be someone that's really in shape, or maybe they got in shape since you guys haven't been speaking or been in each other's life. That could be something that they changed about their appearance. We also do have here shapeshifter, alchemist, and this blank card over here. So this could be somebody that has even gotten healthy, even in the physical sense where they've gotten healthy and they've started to really take care of their body. All right, and let's just grab a final message here from the notorious set to you, pile 2. And then we have Mother of Life. It says nourishment of the golden gray mother, and then High Priestess, mysteries revealed in the eyes of a set. And Mother of Life here says, we can sometimes fall into existing and doing rather than truly living. We only know that this has happened when suddenly our life seems dry, depleted, filled with tasks, or it feels like we are stuck in a rut or a habit that may have been comfortable but is becoming stifling and suppressing. Aset, the Mother of Life, holds the ability to restore even the most numb, resistant, and difficult circumstances and people back into life. Yeah, this is that person sort of like coming back to themselves. And it says she calls to you now, seeking to bestow gifts of life upon you. Be bold and brave and open your arms to receive. So yeah, this is somebody that's really reconnecting back to, they're nourishing themselves all over again, and they're really connecting back to the things that truly feed them in life. And this may be why they've kind of had this come to Jesus moment where it's like they refuse to let a good thing go when it comes to you, whether this is romantic or a friend or business or family. This is someone that's like, no, like you were a really good person in my life, and you are someone that I truly value, and I know that we're meant to be in each other's lives. I know that we're good for each other. So this is someone that they want to be nourishing for you, and they want to be good for you as well, and they want you to come back into their life in a way, because they recognize that without having you there, it's just been a very huge void in their life, for the Mother of Life to come out, because like a mother, it's very connected to Cancer energy, like what we talked about. And when it comes to the mother, if a mother is absent in someone's life, that's a huge void. And that's kind of what they're feeling with you, pile 2, is like, they're just feeling a very big sense of emptiness, and they really want to kind of settle that, and they really want to reconnect because of that as well, pile 2. But this is all that I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. So we're starting off with you guys' tarot cards. Then I'll be pulling some additional oracle cards to check out who is trying to come back into your life, or who wants to come back into your life, who's been thinking about you a lot lately with this Venus and Mercury retrograde. So getting started, the very first tarot card that we have for you is the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Then we have the Magician, yes, also in reverse. And then the Star, also in reverse. Okay, I can't tell yet for you, pile 3, if this was romantic or platonic or what, but I can tell you that this is someone that you had a fleeting moment with. For example, if this is someone that you were romantic with, and this is like you guys kind of met when you were maybe visiting out of town and were able to meet up again, just an example, but this person that would like to come back into your life is someone whose life may have pulled them away with the 8 of Pentacles in reverse right here. This is like a lot of distractions, like maybe work, distracting them or pulling them away, or them not having enough time, or them getting really busy. But you guys didn't have enough time together to form any sort of solid opinion with this Magician in reverse right here on how you guys felt about each other. Star card is right here saying that this person would like another chance, that they are intrigued. You guys might like another shot as well with this person, because Star card comes after the Tower. Not only does she survive, but she is beginning to stand back up again. So Star is the card of hope, destiny, and the future. In reverse, Star card talks about feeling like life or other factors are interfering with your second chance. chance, like you didn't get that second chance, like you were robbed of it almost, kind of like you were blocked from moving forward as well. So this is someone that would like to see if something is there. They're very curious, pile 3, with this Magician in reverse right here. Magician is the card that talks about being resourceful. He uses his skills as a magician to put on a show to make money so he can buy food, shelter, and have his needs met. And he bridges the space between what we do not have and what we do have, which also makes him a magician. So this in reverse tells me that this person may feel like you have lost interest. They're also wondering too if maybe there is something there with you that could develop or could become deep or could be something that they are missing or need in their life. It's just a big, huge question mark. And this in reverse also tells me that this person may feel like you've lost interest too, but all these cards showing up in the reversal position, there's like an awkwardness here a little bit because it feels like you guys don't know each other that much just yet. So this is feeling uncomfortable with trying to get the conversation or contact going again. This might not be someone who's very assertive with the Magician in reverse as well. They may be hopeful that you take the initiative and reach out to them first. This could be somebody that is definitely checking on your social media, with the Star and the Magician right here. Both of these cards have a little bit to do with things like social media, the internet, because these are air sign cards, or these are cards that are associated with air energy, and the air element has to do with communication, information, social media, the internet, trying to get information on what you have going on in your life and stuff like that through social media. So this could be somebody that's sort of like they are on the outside looking in. They don't have access to you personally like that. So they may be trying to ask questions about you or form an opinion about what's going on in your life or try to see what's going on in your life through using social media, with the Magician in reverse and the Star in reverse. This isn't necessarily like a stalking type of situation. Not like that. It's just more so like they like maybe just think about you one day and they look up your name or they look up your social media or something like that and try to see if they can, kind of figure out a way to get back in with you. And yeah, like I said, they may be a little bit hopeful that you guys end up taking that initiative first and reach out to them. But this person, they don't know what you have going on in your life with the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. So this also makes them hesitant to reach out. They don't want to overstep, but they feel like things were left as a question mark, like I said. So if it could have turned into something greater or long lasting, they really want to know more because you kind of piqued their curiosity. That fleeting moment that you guys did have, it piqued their curiosity, and you might be one of the more interesting people that they've met in a while. And you guys may have also met at work or through work with this 8 of Pentacles right here in reverse, and immediately like maybe had a lot of stuff in common with this Magician right here. And they could definitely be a Virgo, Gemini, or an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, because that's what all these cards are ruled by. 8 of Pentacles is ruled by Virgo here. Magician is ruled by Mercury. Mercury also rules Virgo. It also rules Gemini as well. And then we have here the Star card, who is ruled by Aquarius. So a lot of air stuff going on. This is just like communication immediately stopped or immediately fell through. Another kind of scenario coming through here, which I feel a little less strongly about, but it's still coming through. It's a very assertive message. So I'm just going to say it. I'm going to put it out there. It might resonate with some of you. It might not. But for some of you, this could have been somebody that you guys maybe met at work. Maybe you guys ended up working with this person. And something could have caused you guys to fall out, because with all 3 of these cards in reverse, showing up in reverse right here, and these are all kind of talking about, again, communication keeps popping up with you, and all these cards in reverse, this is like just immediately boop, we just stopped talking. It's like maybe there could have been some sort of a dispute, there could have been some sort of disagreement, and you guys didn't really know how to handle it, and boom, you just stopped talking because it got a little bit awkward because there was some maybe tension there, or there was just a disagreement. Things weren't flowing as easily or as smoothly. Magician in reverse here, something ended up tainting or messing up the communication. This could as well too be somebody in your life that, like, let's just say that when they were going through a hard time, they really relied on you, or maybe you guys started spending a lot more time together. And as soon as maybe things started to turn around for them, they may have disappeared. Like, let's just say it's like when they lost their job, they started hanging out with you a lot or talking to you a lot. And the moment that they got another position at work or something, or they got a new job, they just kind of like disappeared. Or let's say that like when they broke up and left their partner, they started talking to you all the time. You guys were hanging out a lot. And the moment that they got into another relationship or got back together with that person, star card in reverse right here, they were given that second chance, they just disappeared. This could have been someone where it's like you guys really bonded over like your lives being somewhere where you weren't really comfortable. You didn't really like where it was. And you guys may have both sort of bonded over being disappointed with something. And the moment that, like I said, it kind of started to turn around, they just kind of disappeared. And this person, they sort of want to come back. They don't necessarily know how to, I think. It was like left a little bit awkward with this Eight of Pentacles in reverse, Magician in reverse. They don't really know how to like kind of like engage with you again. Anyways, though, let's see what we get for you guys. Let's see what comes through. Okay, we have here Advocate coming out, and then underneath the deck here we have Detective. Yeah, somebody is like looking into you. Somebody is checking on your social media, pile 3. Also, too, as I was shuffling from this deck here, and I noticed this Mercury symbol right here in reverse. This person, they could have Mercury in either Sagittarius, or their Mercury could be in Pisces. Mercury also is... because that's where Mercury is debilitated. Mercury is also exalted in Virgo. It really loves being in Virgo. So they could definitely have a Mercury in fall in the sign of Pisces, or a Mercury that is debilitated in the sign of Sagittarius. But yeah, anyways, though, we have here Detective and Advocate. So like I said, for sure, this person has been checking on you guys' social media, just trying to see like what's going on, especially like if this was like a romantic situation. Honestly, even if it wasn't a romantic situation, but this person, they just like kind of like left your life, maybe just like up and abruptly just sort of like disappeared. And now it feels too awkward for them to come back. It's like, what are they supposed to say? Like, hey, big head, you know what I mean? It's like they can't just come back after ghosting you for like 6 months or a year or something crazy. That's what it feels like. It feels like from their end, they're like, ooh, I kind of left on like not bad terms, but it's sort of like if you just quit your job and you don't put in your 2 weeks notice, like there's like a way to do things and they didn't do it that way. So they feel a little almost insecure about coming back. But we have here Detective. Light attribute says great powers of observation and intuition, desire to seek out the truth. And Shadow says voyeurism, falsifying information. Right. That's what I'm picking up for them, like voyeurism with the shadow attributes. But anyways, this person could for sure be trying to look into you. They're trying to check into you. They're trying to see what's going on right here with this Detective card. So this is somebody that's definitely asking about you. This is somebody that they're curious, you know, like a detective. They go and they investigate things. This person is investigating you, and not in like a crazy way, but they're just like looking into like what you've got going on. They're very curious because this is someone that's trying to piece together information so they can figure out a way to maybe reach out to you or get back in communication with you again. And then we have your Advocate. Light attribute inspires you to put compassion into action. Shadow says embracing negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain. So Advocate here is it talks about somebody that they defend other people, or they speak up for other people, or they represent other people. So advocates are people that they champion others, especially when other people can't really speak up for themselves. So this person could have felt like an advocate in your life. You could have been an advocate for them in some way. Maybe you guys, like with this Advocate card here, it kind of, that sort of further drives home the point that this person may feel super awkward because you guys may have really shown up for them at a certain point in time with this Advocate card right here. You may have really come through for them and defended them. You guys may have been a really good friend or a good person to them at one point. And they just sort of, the way that they kind of like exited your life is sort of like they owed you more than that. They owed you more respect than just to kind of leave like that. Also, though, too, Advocate could be talking about from their angle where they were somebody that they really came through for you in your life. They really defended you. They really spoke up for you. This is a person that they could have been extremely vocal in speaking up for you. And it's interesting because, like I said, all three of your tarot cards being in reverse, all three of these cards are connected to communication in some way, using your throat chakra, speaking up for yourself, communicating honestly and transparently, and they're all in reverse. So this is somebody like not speaking up for themselves or not being honest about what they feel or repressing some sort of information, or, when they need to talk to you about something, they didn't. It's like this is someone that they may have been a little bit evasive. If there was some sort of disagreement or a dispute, they may not have known how to handle it. And so it's interesting that Advocate came out because it's like this person or you or the both of you in some ways, it could have just felt too uncomfortable to talk about more serious things or to have the conversations that felt like there was a lot at stake or it felt intense. It could have felt like at one point or another, like you guys needed someone else to speak for you. So with this Advocate card, you guys could have had maybe like a mutual friend or somebody that knew both of you, maybe that would like, if you guys were going through some sort of a disagreement, or maybe when you guys fell out pile 3, there could have been a mutual friend or somebody that knew the both of you that was telling you how this person was feeling. And maybe they were going back and telling this other person how you were feeling. Maybe there was somebody kind of speaking for the both of you when you first fell out. Or this could be another scenario here. This could be this person reaching out to a mutual friend that both of you guys have, and delivering you a message on their behalf with Advocate right here. And again, they may even be using, if there's a third person here that knows both of you guys, they could be using that person to kind of keep tabs on you or kind of, figure out what's going on in your life. So that also could be happening. Let's pull a relationship card here. See what comes through. Okay, we have here awareness, and then strength fell out underneath the deck. And then we have here 5th chakra underneath the deck, strength fell out underneath awareness. So I believe awareness wanted to be seen, and it was kind of covering up strength. So there was something, this separation that you and this person may have gone through, it may have been deeper than what I was initially picking up pile 3, because I kind of feel as though for strength to be underneath awareness, you and this person kind of falling out or not being in each other's life, it may have made you tap into your own strength, because this person may have kind of been a little bit of a comfort zone for some of you guys. Maybe you guys did rely on this person to kind of speak up for you in some ways, or maybe they relied on you to speak up for them in some ways. And you guys being out of each other's lives, it kind of forced you into a position where it's like, I have to be strong for myself, or I have to speak up for myself, with awareness and strength coming out. But also here with 5th chakra, like I mentioned, the throat chakra for you guys, something being repressed. Because like I said, all 3 of your tarot cards here are in reverse, and all 3 of these tarot cards have something to do with communication. That's why I mentioned the throat chakra. And we have here the 5th chakra, which is talking about the throat chakra coming out underneath the deck for you. It says the energy of the throat chakra supports our ability to communicate clearly and truthfully. So this person in your life, this is somebody that wants to come back and definitely speak to you. They want to be able to have conversations with you. This is someone that feels like they can speak to you now, or tell you what's going on, or have some sort of a conversation with you that may have been a little bit difficult. So this is someone who definitely, they definitely suppressed their voice in some way. Either they did, or you did, or the both of you guys did in some way. And I feel like maybe both of you guys kind of suppressed what you really wanted to say because you guys just did not know how to handle conflict. And then we have here awareness and strength. That says the energy of awareness supports our capacity to focus our attention on all aspects of a multidimensional world so that we create a reality that we truly choose. So with awareness here, I just kind of feel like there is something that you guys became aware of once this person wasn't in your life, or they became aware of it once they weren't in your life. And what I feel like you guys became aware of is the fact that it's like, I should have said something, or I should have been honest about this, or I should have been more forthcoming. And then we have strength, and strength says the frequency of strength supports our ability to harmonize all of our qualities and skills towards a strong and balanced way of being. Yeah, so it's just like you guys just didn't have that strength. The last time that you guys were in each other's lives, you didn't have that strength. And you know what too, this could still be a little bit surface level of a connection where it's like, you know, maybe it was a fleeting moment where when you did run into this person, maybe they wanted to ask you out on a date and they didn't. They bit their tongue and they didn't say anything. Maybe they wanted to ask you for your number. Maybe they wanted to, you know, invite you somewhere and they just didn't, you know? So it's like whenever this person did have a chance to maybe go a little bit deeper with you or try to create a connection with you, they didn't for whatever reason. And now they're this is somebody that likes to work behind the scenes with detective right here. This is somebody that definitely likes to work behind the scenes. And it's not like in a manipulative way. I don't think they know how to be that assertive, really. Or again, this could be you guys as well. Maybe that struggled with that. Okay, let's see what astrological or kind of cosmic energies come out about you guys' connection. Okay, and we have here 4th house. So this is related to Cancer. And then we have, I believe this is spring. I got to grab the book really quick to make sure, but I believe this card is talking about spring here. So this person could be trying to reach out by springtime, but let me check. Let me make sure, hold on, that this card is related to spring. All right, you guys, I'm sorry. That literally took like 15 minutes to find this pamphlet. Anyways, this is the first half of fall in this particular deck, and the word that is associated with this card is transition. So it's really interesting because we do have some Virgo energy popping up here, and Virgo, it takes us out of summer and it transitions us into the season of fall. So this person could be in a transition in their life. They may be going through a transition right now, or this could be like what I talked about with the tarot cards here. That could be the reason why you guys sort of just like fell out, is like life got busy with them. Other things were going on. Maybe they were going through a transition in their life and they just kind of stopped communication. We also have here the 4th house. This is the house that has to do with our domestic life, our personal life. Everything that happens behind closed doors happens in the 4th house. In the 4th house, it also rules the Coli, or the very bottom of the chart. And so basically, like, this is where, this is the roots of our natal chart. This is how we are fed. And the 4th house is going to have a lot to do with what makes us feel safe, secure, and even confident. Because it's like, you know, when you have strong roots, you feel strong, just like we have the strength card right here. And so with this 4th house card coming out, and this first half of fall transition card coming out here, this kind of tells me that this person is going through a really, really serious, severe, and deep transition in their life. For the first half of fall card transition to come out, because fall talks about the leaves falling off the trees. We're about to transition into a long night or a dark night, which is winter. And then we have the 4th house. And like I said, the 4th house has everything to do with your roots. This is what makes you feel centered and grounded and strong and secure and safe. So if this person is going through a transition in their 4th house space, this is like somebody going through one of the biggest changes in their lives, right? So the 4th house, it deals with the mother, it deals with our emotions, it deals with our intuition, even our instincts are found here. So this is somebody who they feel like they have completely changed as a person, possibly. This is somebody somebody that is going through such a big transition in their life. They may be looking for other places and spaces where they used to feel safe in. And that could sort of be what is pushing them back into you guys' life. And they're trying to find a life vest. They're trying to find something to maybe help stabilize them through so much change or such a severe extreme change that they may be going through in their life right now. And so, yeah, with this person needing to be strong, they may want to surround themselves around strong people. And like I said before, when we were just looking at you guys' tarot cards, you guys may have sort of, or no, I think we were looking at your advocate card. You and this person, you guys may have bonded over going through some part of your life that was disappointing or difficult, or, you know, you just weren't happy in your life. And you guys may have bonded over that. And now that they're going through some sort of a transition, they may be thinking about you a lot and the bond that you guys used to share, the bond that you guys used to have. They may be missing what it is that you brought into their life when they were going through a transition or a difficulty or a challenge last time. But this person may be reaching out to you at some point during the fall season as well, okay? Or you guys could have even fallen out around fall. Maybe they have a birthday around the fall time. If they could reach out to you, or if they did reach out to you, let's see what they would say. Let's channel some messages from that. Hold on, I'm feeling like there's another one. Yeah, there we go. All right, so we have for you, it says, even if you reject me, I will continue to love you from afar and try to convince you to choose me. I know it's bold of me to expect so much from you since I was the one who messed up the connection, but I don't care. Okay, so yeah, this person is definitely, and you don't have to take this as romantic. You guys can take this as like platonic. You can take it as, you know, whatever. But this is somebody that they feel like there's a possibility that you would reject them if they tried to come back. But it says, I will continue to love you from afar. That's what this person has been doing with all these 3 of your tarot cards talking about communication being in reverse. This is someone that feels like they should stay away. This is someone that doubts themselves, when it comes to wanting to reach out to you. It says, I would try to convince you to choose me. I know it's bold of me to expect so much. Like I said, there's something awkward here. They feel awkward and like coming back and being like, hey, big head, you know, what's going on? It's like for them to come back, it feels audacious. And that's what's making it feel awkward for them, I think. And it says here too, I was the one who messed up. So this person may feel as though they messed up with you. That may be something that you and this person agree on. Underneath the deck, it says, what if I lose you due to my stupid insecurities? What if I sabotage this connection? Like I said, this person feels insecure, or they feel awkward. They feel really worried about ruining this connection. They may definitely be a Virgo. Virgos can be very in their heads about stuff. They can, you know, chronically think, like overthink situations to the point where they don't act at all. So yeah, this person could have some very strong Virgo energy, but yeah, this person, they kind of feel as though they could potentially sabotage the connection. They feel like they had insecurities that got in the way of you guys having a connection or forming a connection. Like I said, this person, they repressed their true feelings. They suppressed the things that they wanted to say to you. So it could have even been as simple as like wanting to ask you out on a date, and they just didn't because they were like, pile 3 isn't going to like me. Why would they like me? Why should I feel, you know, bold enough and audacious enough to ask them out on a date? They probably have a million people asking them out on a date. So yeah, this person, they really worry about that. And then we have, it says, I know you're strong, just like we have strength, but I want to be your knight in shining armor. This is that advocate card coming out again. This person wants to advocate for you guys. They want to come through and be your knight in shining armor. They want to come through and be the person that saves the day for you. But again, it's like they don't know how to transition. They don't know how to transition. That may be something that another transition that they're trying to make in their life is coming back into your life. So yeah, it's like they said they know that you're strong with the strength card coming out. And that could have been something that they were aware of, is like pile 3 is very strong, or maybe very bold. Maybe you guys were the vocal ones. Maybe you guys were the advocate that came through and spoke up for them. You guys could have been that friend that was like, you need to tell your family how you feel. You need to tell your partner how you feel. You need to step up and defend yourself, or, you need to come through and be your own knight in shining armor. You guys could have encouraged them or pushed them to be that person for themselves. And that may have been something that was really difficult for this person to do, is to speak up for themselves. They just could have really been a overthinker. And this person, they want to come through and be there for you now. And I feel as though this person has gone through some sort of change or transition, something in their life where they've learned how to advocate for themselves. They've learned how to speak up for themselves. You guys have helped them activate their throat chakra. So if it wasn't you guys that struggled to speak up and it was them, you had enough of an impression on them where it's like they speak up more now because of the time that they spent with you, or what you encourage them to do in their life. You guys encouraging them and activating their throat chakra to where they speak up in situations now. And now they want to come through and kind of repay that favor. They kind of feel like they owe you guys that. Oh, and look at what's underneath the deck. It says, what was underneath that? I forget which one. I think it was this one. It says, I'm overwhelmed by how much is going on in my life right now. Okay, that could be that Eight of Pentacles in reverse that we were talking about. All right, let's pull another couple of messages about this person. Wow. Okay. Clock came out and it says, need time, takes time, end time, cycles, time to heal and progress. Yeah, this person, they needed some time away. I think they feel as though they've taken enough time. This person, for some of you, especially like if it's romantic, they may feel as though like they don't have much more time to reach out to you before you end up meeting someone and then like you're gone forever. This person feels a lot of pressure to come back into your life. Pile 3, they feel like time is running out to be able to come back into your life or to maybe save the relationship. And then we have here seduction underneath the deck. It says attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third party interference. Really interesting because that was kind of one of the first things that I picked up, is that this could have been like a sort of fleeting sort of like connection here where maybe you met this person out of town. Maybe there's like a strong attraction here where they felt very, very, very pulled towards you. Maybe they were very physically attracted to you. They could have been mentally attracted to you. They could have been attracted to the way that you carry yourself, pile 3. But this person, it was a strong attraction here. There may have been some flirting and dating back and forth. Sorry, you guys, I had a phone call come in. Anyways, and it says third party interference here. Yeah. That's kind of what I picked up before, is that you guys may have a mutual friend or some sort of third party situation where maybe they know both of you, and this person could have been going back and forth delivering messages between you and this person, kind of like back and forth, trying to sort of maybe fix whatever the fallout was. So we do have third party interference here, or this could be talking about a romantic situation where maybe this person in you guys' life, maybe they already had a relationship going on. Maybe they met someone, maybe you guys met someone, maybe you were already in a relationship when you met this person, and so it couldn't go any further. But yeah, it was very tempting. Hookup, this could have been a really casual hookup or fling for some of you in this pile. Take whatever resonates for you guys, but this could have been something that was kind of casual, kind of surface level, or it couldn't go any further because you were kind of in your own situation, or maybe they were, maybe both of you guys were, and it was just bad timing with the clock right here also coming out. So yeah, now it's like the timing seems better, and that could be what this person is investigating, looking through your social media or asking people that know you, like, hey, is pile 3 still in that relationship? Are they still talking to that person? Are they single now? Yeah, so you guys may have even been tempted as well to maybe look into that person's social media, or to ask people that know that person, like, are they still in that relationship, or are they single now, if this was like a romantic situation. So that could definitely be going on with you guys, pile 3. Yeah. And then let's see what physical attributes come out about them. So this person could have tattoos. Okay, I'm gonna keep shuffling. They could have tattoos. They could have had a mohawk at one time, or they may have one now. They could have short hair. This person could have a mole. There's a chunk of cards underneath it, but I believe mole wanted to be seen. This person could have a mole or some sort of a beauty mark that really stands out. Underneath that is colorful hair, glasses, brown hair. I'm gonna keep shuffling for a couple more. Let me see. Oops. Beard. This person could have a beard. They could be bald as well, or keep their hair very short, and they could have brown hair. Underneath that is average height. They could be average height. Okay, and a final message here about the person that wants to come back into your life. We have magic and ritual, crafting sacred practice. Underneath the deck here, we have goddess of 10,000 names, Isis, endless emanations of the priestess. But I'm going to read crafting sacred practice out of the book for you. Magic and ritual here says effect in the external world can be created through inner practice. Magic and ritual can support your divine path now in the physical world, and you are encouraged to enhance your power with regular practice. This sounds a lot like your magician card right here. And it says the results that you experience will encourage you to continue with the practice as you grow in power, grace, love, ability, and wisdom, and apply your inner beauty to transform your outer world. So this is about you guys like getting really in touch with your inner power, kind of like the strength card here, as well as even the magician card, and even the fifth chakra, the throat chakra right here. This is you guys getting really in tune with your inner power and realizing that you guys have the power to affect external change out in the world by recognizing your own potential, recognizing your own power. So this to me is kind of a message from a set to you guys about really embracing your own power, increasing your confidence and your feelings of like self-worth and stuff like that. And your feelings of self-worth, really improving that or focusing on that in order to create magic in your own world. And this may be the purpose of this person or this connection here being in your life or having been in your life. It really could have sort of helped you guys tap into your own magic, your own potential, your own inner magician. With magic and ritual here, crafting sacred practice, but also too, you guys, if this is something that you haven't done in a while, maybe set some intentions, try to manifest, go to your altar space, maybe get back into doing energy work or doing magic and ritual if you guys did it before and it was something that really invoked like some good feelings for you. It's something that felt maybe natural for you, or it made you feel confident. It made you feel powerful. Maybe get back to magic and ritual for sure, because that could have something to do with this connection or this person in your life. By you guys tapping into your own inner magic, maybe it brings this person back into your life if you guys are interested in that, or it just creates space for you guys to fill maybe that emptiness that person kind of left behind if they made you sort of feel neglected or abandoned in a way. But just know that you guys are very gifted and very talented when it comes to performing magic, especially with having magician in reverse right here. It's just really about you guys activating your own magician energies for it to show up in reverse for you, okay? But other than that, pile 3, this is all that I'm saying for you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye. Pile 4, welcome to your reading. So we're starting off with your tarot cards. Then I'm going to be pulling some oracle cards to check out who would like to come back into your life or who's been thinking about you a lot lately with Venus and Mercury both in retrograde in Aries. So let's get started with your tarot cards. The very first one that we have here is we have the Ace of Cups. Then we have the 10 of Swords. And then we have the 10 of Wands in reverse. Okay, so this is kind of weird, pile 4, but the person showing up here in your reading, they don't want to come back, but they feel pulled back at the same time. So what I mean is like, this person is someone who moves and sees the world through their ego a lot of the time. So their optics are distorted and they've had to learn through making mistakes, and they've dealt with some really extreme lessons with the 2 10 cards here showing up. And these are the 10 cards that are conflicted or difficult. When we have the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands compared to like the 10 of Cups, which is the card of your happily ever after, and the 10 of Pentacles, which is the card of legacy and leaving behind generational privileges and blessings. So these 2 specific 10 cards, the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands, these are more difficult 10 cards. And this tells me that this person has dealt with many unhappy endings or difficult closures and lessons. They also have a really difficult time admitting that they are wrong with the 10 of Swords here. They are willing to die on that hill. The harder that they fight and dig their heels in, the worse a lot of situations have become for them. But they don't really know how to how to sort of like remove their ego from situations, or it's something that they haven't learned how to do in the past. And so I would say for a lot of you, this person wasn't necessarily themselves towards the end of you guys' relationship. 10 of Swords and 10 of Wands says that they were occupied fighting some personal battles or some personal demons. They didn't treat you the way that they would have had they not been so tied up with this internal battle. And I wouldn't be shocked if this person had issues with some sort of addiction, because again, it just doesn't seem like they were themselves towards the end of you guys' relationship. Their mental health could have been declining, and they may have sabotaged a lot of good things in their life with the Ace of Cups. This card, when we see the aces, we're dealing with something that is so pure and so good that it doesn't come from the material plane. It doesn't come from the material realm or the material world. It comes straight from God, the universe, the spirit realm, which is why we see on the RWS version of the aces, we see a random hand sticking out of the sky and giving this Ace of Cups. So aces are divine gifts in tarot, and the Ace of Cups is unconditional love. This is a love that spills over this cup, and it fills it beyond what it is able to hold. And so this tells me that this person didn't feel worthy or deserving or good enough for this type of love, not paired with the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. It's like looking at the Ace of Cups and seeing this water spills over made this person feel like, you've got the wrong cup. I can't hold you. You need a larger chalice. You need somebody with the capacity to love you, to hold you, to be there for you, to support you. They may have felt like they couldn't take care of you. And they may have doubted that they could make you happy. They felt like they couldn't help themselves. When we look at the 10 of Swords in the RWS version, I'll actually bring up a picture of it. He can't get up from his position. So this person didn't think that they could love you or take care of you in the way that you deserve. This is somebody that they couldn't get out of their own mindset. They couldn't escape that mindset that they had, that negative or pessimistic mindset that stayed on this constant loop of, you don't deserve this, you don't deserve that, you don't deserve good things. That's how they sort of felt, or that's how they mentally processed things. And so this person, they had a way almost of kind of sabotaging in a sense where they could almost like validate what they were doing or what they were feeling. So they would kind of almost like sabotage things so they could sort of, come back to that conclusion of, see, like I knew I didn't deserve nice things. So this person, they didn't think they could love you or take care of you in the way that you deserved. A lot of this was fears though, that they couldn't get away from. They couldn't get away from the fear of not being maybe good enough for you. And you guys may wonder if this person feels bad about how things ended with this 10 of Wands. And yes, it seems like they do, but they are drowning in their own fight. So they can't focus too much on how things may have gone down with you, which may have made them seem like they didn't care or like they were detached from their emotions. But disassociating is a survival mechanism. That's what we have here with the 10 of Swords. So it's what this person had to do to keep from self-destructing, but they miss you a lot with this Ace of Cups over here. They know that you were sent by God or a higher power. They know that you were a gift from spirit. And so this person, they could have either lost someone that they loved while you had a relationship with them, maybe even right before you guys went your separate ways. They could have lost a loved one in their life, but also there's a message here from spirit saying, this person, if they did lose someone in their life that they were close to, they may believe that that person they lost sent you to them from the other side. They may have even told you that or told other people that, pile 4. If and only if you feel comfortable doing this though, only if you feel comfortable doing this, pile 4, pray for this person from your heart. And I don't know if you guys can hear this, but we even have a siren here passing by. I'm going to wait for it to pass before getting back to your reading so it doesn't distract me. But only if you feel comfortable doing this, pile 4, pray for them from your heart. Even if you don't know how to pray, or even if you don't pray, just ask the universe or a God or a higher power to help them through whatever they may be fighting, because it is spiritual what they're fighting in a lot of ways. And prayer, in my opinion, it's very powerful. It works. I wholeheartedly believe in it. My brother was just telling me a few days ago how he prays for me. And I told him, I was like, prayer is my love language. Like, I really appreciate prayer because because you don't always know what a person is going through. You might not always have the right words for whatever a person may be going through, but prayer is like an energetic care package. It can really move mountains. At least that's my personal belief. So if you guys are open to it, channel your love towards this person and whatever they might be fighting, because they might need the help here, spiritually and energetically. And you guys love, it's so pure, it's so wholesome, it's so good, it's innocent with this Ace of Cups right here. And they really know that. And that may be why they kind of like left or stayed away, because they didn't want to like, I think they feel like they could taint you or rub off on you in the wrong way, or like they could, you know, take your innocence and your pure love and just like dirty the water or something. It's like they feel like they're not good enough for you, kind of, in a sense. And so this person, they have wanted to reach out to you. I think they may have even wanted to call you and then change their mind before dialing your number. They don't know how to get up with the Ten of Swords over here. In other words, they don't know how to reach out for help or support. They don't feel like they deserve to ask for help. It's this very oppressive energy or spirit that they've been fighting. It's keeping them pinned down almost against their will spiritually. So for someone, this might be your actual child as well. If so, I am so sorry. I'm sorry for all of you that can resonate with this pile as well. But definitely, you guys, if you are willing, keep praying for them, because, you know, sometimes when people leave our lives or we get away from certain people because we need to protect our peace and we need to protect our mental health, you have to keep that door shut. So like I said, that's why I said only if you're comfortable with it, you know, then send them loving energy and support. Okay, so let's grab a couple of archetype cards here, see what comes through for you, pile 4. We have here Trickster. It says light attribute transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. Shadow says manipulating others through duplicity. Okay, so this person may have felt, and then we have here Hermit underneath the deck. Light attributes, it says seek solitude to focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity. Shadow says withdraws from society out of fear or negative judgment of others, refusing to help those in need. Like I said, this person they almost don't feel like they deserve help. This person is in need and they don't even want to help themselves. They have a way of like almost kind of like punishing themselves a little bit. And with Trickster here, this may be why there's something here that is not this person. Like I said, I did say that in you guys' pile when I was just looking at your tarot cards, that this person has a distorted sense of reality, or their ego distorted their optics. I did say that. This is that Trickster here. Their ego tricked them in a lot of ways. And in the past, it tricked them out of good, wholesome, pure love. It tricked them out of this Ace of Cups right here and allowing good things in their life. There is some sort of ego or spirit, energy, something, personal battle, personal demon that they're fighting that has tricked them it's tricked them into being in a hermit mode where it's like, I don't deserve anything good. It's tricked them into feeling like they can't accept this Ace of Cups in their life, and like they have to go through all these challenges and problems by themselves. So yeah, this is someone who they don't feel, this is also someone too with Trickster here. They may not feel honest. They may be someone who'd rather be alone or by themselves, or they may isolate a lot. They may stay in the house. They may not like to socialize a lot with this Hermit card over here. They could even feel like with this Trickster right here, they could even sort of feel like too, when people try to give them genuine love in their life, they could feel like that's a trick. They could feel like it's manipulative. They could have a really difficult time like trusting in things that are pure and things that are Ace of Cups. They could have a really difficult time with that. And so they may have recently become a bit of a hermit, somebody that is just kind of shut everyone and everything out. So there may be people, if you guys have like mutual friends or something like that, they may even be saying like, I haven't heard from them in forever. I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know if they're okay. They don't tell me anything. So that could also be happening. With Ace of Cups here, for some of you, this could be somebody that maybe you have a child with. And like I said, too, this could even be for some of you, this could actually be a child, your own child that has sort of just shut everyone out too, with this Ace of Cups over here. Okay, we also have, yeah, look at that. We have Father underneath the deck and then Guide here. Yeah, for some of you, this could be a child of yours, or this could even be a parent. This could be a father or father figure that you're not speaking to. But there could definitely be a father or a parent-child dynamic here happening, especially with Guide coming out, because parents, they do what? They guide us, right? You know, that's one of their jobs, is to guide their children into adulthood. But with Guide here, it says light attribute represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. Shadow says places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. Yeah, so this person, they could be somebody that is looking for guidance. And also too, once this person comes out of this spiritual battle that they may be in, or maybe they're battling with their mental health, once they come out of this person could be someone that helps other people go through their own dark night of the soul, or go through their own process of sobriety or getting sober. This person could end up becoming a guide, especially with Hermit coming out, because it's exactly what Hermit is. You know, like Hermit, at least in tarot, he goes off to the mountains by himself. He is a recluse that ends up leaving society behind. He goes off to the mountains because he is looking for deeper meaning. He's looking for spiritual meaning, and he knows it can't be found in the physical plane. He knows it can't be found in society. There's nowhere on earth that has the answers that he's looking for. So he goes somewhere that most people can't go, and they can't survive. And so this person, they're really searching. This person is really in a spiritual battle pile 4. Yeah, they're in a spiritual battle. They're really looking for some sort of answers here. They may not even be aware that they're going through a spiritual battle. They may not look at it that way. They may just look at it as like they're going through something in their life right now that's a bit difficult. But it's like once they kind of find the light, they're going to hold on to that, and they may even become other people's guides. Also, to this person, they could be a father. Like I said, for some of you, you may even co-parent with this person. This person may be the father of your children, or the other parent of your children. With Father here, light attributes, it says talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. So this is someone that was a part of your tribe at some point in time. And it says positive guiding light. We also got the guide card over here. Positive guiding light. Hermit is another person in the RWS version of tarot, where all he has with him is a little lantern, and he goes all the way to the top of a mountain. So yeah, this is someone who, you know, they have little light in their life right now because they've pushed away this Ace of Cups. They pushed away that pure, innocent love. They don't want it in their life right now, because I personally believe that they don't feel good enough to receive it, so they kind of push it away. Shadow here says dictatorial control, abuse of authority. So this person could feel as though they screwed up as a father. They could feel like they screwed up as a guide. They could feel like they screwed up as a person. They could feel like they screwed up as your friend, as your family member, as your lover, as the one person that was there for you. They could also feel like, too, with this Ace of Cups here, you could have told this person, you could have really opened up to them and told them in ways that maybe you were hurt or wounded or traumatized as a child or in your past. And they could kind of feel like they have almost inflicted that same wound onto you. And it's something about that makes them feel extremely guilty. They could feel as though they had maybe, like, let's just say that this is someone that was a father, that's a father, right? They could feel as though they have become the father that they didn't want to be, because maybe their father inflicted certain pains or wounds or traumas onto them. And now they feel as though they have done the same exact thing. With Trickster here, Father and Guide, this is someone that they are dealing with an immense amount of guilt. Like we were talking about their Ten of Swords, they feel like they can't get up. They feel like they cannot get back up. They can't break out of that mindset of like that guilt where it's keeping them down. It's keeping them from wanting to come back into your life, from wanting to reach out. Yeah, that was the first thing that I said, is like this person, they don't necessarily want to come back, but it's the guilt that's keeping them away. That's why they don't want to come back, because it's like they feel like they don't deserve to. So this could be a parent in you guys' life, pile 4. This could be a parent of yours. This could be a father or a mother, a parent figure for father to come out and guide as well. Let's see what else we get about you guys' relationship here. We have here surrender. I just heard a crow as well. So it just flew past my window. It's my spirit guide. You guys may know that. We also have here honesty underneath the deck. You guys hear him? He's right here at my window. You guys may be able to hear him. If you've been on my channel for a while, if you've been subscribed here for a while, or if you've seen my older readings from years and years and years ago, I talked about how crows have always been a guide of mine. They were the first ones to really pop up in my life when I first got into my spiritual journey. For him to pop up like that, you guys, I don't know if you have a spirit animal in your life that you know is your spirit animal, or maybe you guys have been dreaming about animals or something like that a lot. Pay attention to your spirit animal. They may definitely have a message for you. Matters of fact, because for some reason I've been wanting to pull a card from this particular deck. I'm only going to do it for you guys' pile. I'm going to pull a message from that deck for your pile. But we have here surrender and honesty. So this person right now, they are completely surrendering to this dark night of the soul they may be going through, or whatever this spiritual battle is. They're totally surrendering to it. With surrender here, it says the energy of surrender supports us to let go of illusionary control and yield to the flow of love and life. This person is completely surrendered. They've completely surrendered. This person, they may not even, with the surrender card coming out, it's almost, and these 2 10 cards here, it almost feels like they're in a spot right now where they might not care what really happens to them right now. They're going through something spiritual for sure. With the surrender card here, guide, hermit, father coming out. Then we have here honesty. The energy of honesty supports our choice to be courageously truthful and genuine with kindness and tact. This person is also, maybe with this honesty card, they may be surrendering to their truth. Because like I said, when we were just looking at their tarot cards, their ego has distorted their optics in life a lot of the time. It's gotten them in trouble a few times. And they are finally kind of being stripped of that ego. They may be going through an ego death or a dark night of the soul where the ego, that layer kind of is stripped away. And they may be really connecting to honesty, to truth. They may be a lot more open than they ever have been to hearing the truth about who they are. Or if this person comes back into your life, you may notice that they're a lot more honest. They're a lot more humble. They're a lot more aware and transparent. And they are willing to just sit down and take accountability for things. They're willing to surrender to like, hey, you know, like if this is you guys just sort of bearing your heart and soul to them, they may be willing to sit down and hear it all and take it all in. And maybe they weren't in that place before where they were able to do that or willing to do that. Let's grab a couple of astrology energies and see if there's any sort of astrological influences this person is dealing with right now. Okay, we have here Mars, and then we have here Libra. Interesting. Mars is actually debilitated in Libra because Mars naturally rules its opposing sign Aries. So this person, we just came out of a Mars retrograde as well a couple months ago, back in January. And Mars is a very masculine planet. It's a very active planet. Mars can be aggressive. It can be combative, but Mars, he is known as the god of war, but it's because when you look deeper into Mars, basically it's the planet that rules reason and motive, agenda, drive. It is, as I've always described him, he is the reason that we do the things that we do. You know, Mars is our fight. And it's not always about being violent and aggressive. You know, we fight very many things. People can fight for their lives, right? People can fight for their position at work. People can fight to save a relationship. People can fight in the street because they get in an argument with somebody. Like, there's a million different ways to fight. And that's what Mars is going to rule. Now, Mars in Libra tells me that this person may feel like they need to fight to save the connection at some point. If they end up coming back into your life, it's because they're ready to fight for this connection. They're ready to fight to save this relationship that they have, because Libra is the sign that rules counterpart. It rules the other. It deals with the counterpart. It deals with that one person or relationship in our life that means so much to us. We're willing to commit to them. We're willing to contractually obligate ourselves to them in like a marriage or a business partnership. So this is somebody that is willing to fight for the partner in you. They recognize the value that you bring to their lives. They recognize the type of partner that you are with the Ace of Cups right here, and they want to fight for it. So right now, this person could be going through, they could be really surrendering to their truth and their emotions and realizing, really coming to realize that it's like, I want to fight for pile 4 with Mars and Libra being here. Okay, so they may definitely be getting their ego out of the way. Let's see if this person could reach out to you. What would they say to you? All right. It says, I like you. Someone likes you. Romance is blooming. Fun, flirting, want to date. And then we have here underneath the deck, camera, reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learning from the past, making memories. Yeah, this is somebody that they are definitely thinking about you. They're thinking about the past. This is someone that could definitely be coming to the realization that they like you. Someone likes you, romance is blooming. Like I said here with Mars and Libra, this is someone that wants to fight for their relationship with you. So this could be somebody that's realizing, like, once their ego gets out of the way, it's like, oh, I really like pile 4. I love them. I miss them. I want them in my life. And it allows them to remove their ego so they can come back to you. And then with camera, it says reminiscing. So this is someone that is thinking on the past with you. They're thinking about this Ace of Cups that you brought into their life. It's like they want you, like we talked about your Ace of Cups, they want you in their life because you brought the Ace of Cups to them. You brought this pure, divine, genuine, wholesome, pure love into their life that they know is special. When someone pops up as an Ace of Cups in our life, you feel it. It's spiritual. It's intuitive. That's a love that you never forget. And this person, they may even be looking at old pictures of you and them with this camera card right here. And it says here, learning from the past. Like I said, they've really been going on a hermit journey with surrender here. Hermit, surrender, guide, honesty, Libra, Mars. This is someone, these 2 10 cards, this is someone they really have been thinking on the past. They've been reminiscing. And you guys, they made some memories with you. They have some core memories with you that is... you might be one of the only reasons, pile 4, I hate to put this on you, but you might be one of the only reasons, pile 4, that this person feels the need to fight with Mars coming out. And this camera here talking about making memories and I like you. You may be one of the only good things in their life that has ever come into their life and just like really genuinely loved them. Okay, pile 4, let's grab a spirit animal card for you to see if there's a spirit animal that is sort of like residing over the situation in your life, and a message from them. Okay, we have here stingray that came out, mouse, and fox underneath the deck. Stingray here says developing confidence, sense of self, or spine. The stingray card represents a pivotal point in personal growth. The moment has come when the stingray must decide between the old, easy, comfortable, and familiar, and the new, challenging, uncomfortable, and unfamiliar. Pressure from family and friends makes this decision even more complicated, so this could definitely be family and friends for some of you here. It says no matter what choice is made now, it is inevitable that this dilemma will surface again and again, as the force of Dharma growing within the stingray is too strong to ignore. When in balance, eager wants to grow. When out of balance, blames others and quits. To bring into balance, move through the discomfort. This person is totally going through a spiritual battle, a hermit mode. They're moving through the discomfort right now. And that's really the only way for them to really get through this. And then we have here mouse. And it says detail-oriented, small-minded, nitpicky, and nervous. It says the mouse has an innate desire to tend to the details. It often spends its days fixing, preparing, organizing, and scrutinizing. Unfortunately, a mouse personality doesn't notice when they have gone too far. Soon they begin to have a limited and fearful vision of life and try to control every detail. This can be quite a painful experience for both the mouse and those around them. When mouse energy is at play, step back for a moment. It may be time to find a more purposeful project to delve into, one that is worthy of your exacting eye. When in balance, organized, resourceful, prepared. When out of balance, busy with no purpose, to bring into balance a meaningful project. Okay, so the stingray and the mouse could totally be at work in this situation for you guys. We also have here fox that's was underneath the deck for you. And Fox says, smart, strong partner or mate, wise teacher. The fox is an enchanting creature with plenty of mystique to go around. Fox personalities are skillful in business and also make great teachers. They are quick to learn and adapt well to new situations. Foxes are ideal life partners as they commit to relationships for the long term, and their natural charisma keeps things exciting. So this could even be a partner of you guys, a past partner. It says fox energy helps us stay true to those most dear to us. When this card appears, reconnect to those you love. Foxes do not do well when they slip away. That could be what this person feels like. It could feel they could kind of look at you, pile 4, as like the one that got away, possibly, from this fox message here. And it says, when in balance, magical, ingenious teacher, monogamous. When out of balance, sneaky, unsure of their identity, kind of like this trickster card over here. To bring into balance, it needs partnership and connection. So this person, they feel balanced when they're in a partnership and in a connection with you, but they have stepped away because they don't feel deserving, and they may feel like they need to protect you from them right now. So that may be one reason why this person has kind of stepped away, is so they can sort of almost like protect you or protect the relationship. Because like I said, it's like I forgot, I was sort of picking that up when I was just looking at you guys' tarot cards, that this person, they may not have been themselves towards the end of you guys' relationship for sure. And let's see if there's any physical features that come out about this person. Slender, they could be slender. Could have a slender build. Oops, hold on. Chunk of cards. We have hazel eyes. They could have hazel eyes, red hair. This person could have freckles. This also came out tattoo. They could have tattoos. They also could have medium length hair or be tall. And underneath the deck, we have here plus size. Final message here from a set to you, pile 4. Underneath the deck, we have Cartouche, Divine Names of Power, and then we have Enter the Chamber of Healing, Healing in the Divine Chamber of the Lady Aset. So this person is going through a really deep spiritual process, as I've said a million times before. They're in the Chamber of Healing right now, and as you can see, it just looks like this like kind of like black doorway, this doorway into nothingness, or into like a black hole, pretty much. So this person they've fallen into themselves, like we talked about, the Ten of Swords. And it says, a spiritual gift of healing is coming to you now. Be open without expectation or preconceived notions, and allow the healing from the Lady Aset, Mistress of Magic, to help you find the best solution for any situation that does not appear to be as it should. Take your time and create space into which her magic and energy can flow now. Expect your miracles. So this is miraculous healing. So this person could come back. They could heal in a miraculous sort of way. They could come back from something that you didn't expect them to. Maybe they didn't expect themselves to. And something that really ends up healing is just them tapping into their own sort of like self-love with this Ace of Cups right here. But pile 4, this is all that I'm saying for you guys. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye. Pile 5, welcome to your reading. So we're starting off with your tarot cards, and then I'll be pulling some oracle cards to check out who would like to come back into your life right now, or who has been thinking about you a lot lately with this Mercury and Venus retrograde in Aries. So getting started, we have the Fool, or it's called Initiation in this particular deck. Then we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Then the Devil. And the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, pile 5. This is someone that was a lot of fun. They brought another side out of you with the Fool over here. They may have been very attractive. Maybe they were wealthy. They could have been well known or very respected because they made you feel good to be chosen by them. They may have gotten you to open up to try something different, maybe got you vulnerable, like how they are typically in the Devil card. They're naked, at least in the RWS version. But the thing is like after this person kind of got you vulnerable or naked like that or exposed, their attention may have went elsewhere. So this person, for a lot of you, made you feel like you were living on the edge with the Fool card. I'm seeing like red cheeks as well, like the visual of it, of red cheeks. So it's symbolic of a lot of you were maybe flustered with this person. If this was romantic, then the intimacy, I'll call it, was unlike any other experience with the Fool and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. It was not yet like your average experience. You couldn't compare it to any other maybe intimate experience that you had with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So this could have been, so this could have been an affair, maybe, possibly, maybe even an emotional one. And this person, they would come back and they would keep coming back as long as you allow it. They have no intentions, though, of staying away for good. You should definitely know that, Pile 5, or you probably already do know that. But they are tied up in other things, maybe a relationship of their own for a few of you. So these meetups between you two, they could be sporadic, hot and heavy 1 minute and then cold and gone the next. But this is someone that they really like change. They like a revolving door of variety. And this kind of feels like a rolling stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home sort of deal. Also, Pile 5, if you've ever seen Sex and the City before, there's this guy that one of them start dating. I think it's Charlotte with her first husband, Trey. And when they first meet, he's like all into her, and her friends tell her like he's rushing the relationship because his cab light is on, meaning that like he's finally available to truly settle down. And he decided to do that with the first woman that he dated after his cab light went on, which happened to just be Charlotte. And just like how a cab light turns on when they are able to finally take a new writer, that's what's happening. That's what it feels like is happening anyways in this spread, but like not in a bad way, I guess. Like this is someone who wants to come back because they feel ready with the Fool card over here for something new that they haven't had before. Maybe a serious relationship or a marriage or a business partner, fill in the blank. Maybe this is something to do with like being monogamous for once. This is someone who's finally ready because they are available with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. They're not tied up with what could be work or some other responsibility or obligation with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Maybe it's like a whole bunch of other people that they were tied up with, or a whole bunch of other people that they were dating at the same time. And it's like this person isn't tied up with something else. So now they're ready to get tied up in another way with the Devil card over here. Like how in that RWS version of the Devil card, we see these two people bound together in chains. And I would say like for you, Pile 5, to use your discernment because of this Nine of Pentacles over here. I don't know why, but something about this card is screaming aesthetic. What I mean by that is it seems like this person almost wants to try on a relationship with you, almost like they're experimenting, and they may see you as someone that's available for this trial run. They might not respect how attached you get or how much your feelings could potentially get involved in this, or if this is work related or business, this is someone that might not end up respecting how much time, energy, and money you invest into a project with them. It's like they see something as just an example, but it's like they are viewing this as, I wonder what it's like to be married. They look at it as like an adventure with the Fool over here. Like I've never done that before. It's like a change from the monotonous day to day with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. They need to go deeper because they're very surface level or superficial with the Devil card right here. They're young mentally with the Fool over here. It doesn't feel malicious, but I wouldn't build anything too serious just yet or try to get too deep with Fool and the Eight of Pentacles here. Depth and dimension is not something that this person knows how to scale at the moment. At least that's how it's coming through on my end. They're still looking for entertainment because the moment they get into a commitment, they see it like the Devil card where they're chained up. So this may be someone for many of you that made you feel like out of sight, out of mind at one point when you dealt with them before. You may have felt like you had to keep a tight rope on them or the connection, or else they would wander with the Devil card over here. And it's like this person needs their freedom. They may change their mind all the time, be indecisive. One minute it's, hey, let's do this, let's commit. And the next they're backing out or not acting loyal. So also this person, they may demand loyalty as well from others, but not themselves. They may not feel like they owe other people loyalty in that same way. And this still doesn't feel malicious. It feels like they expect people to know what they are getting themselves into when being with them. They may be very straightforward with people with the devil card right here, kind of like You See What You Get, where they tell you, hey, I'm polyamorous, for example, just so things don't get too serious, or just so it's like if you find out that they're dating or talking to other people, they're kind of like, well, you can't get mad, I told you. But it looks like they want to kind of change their tune because they want to experiment with commitment is what it looks like, but it looks like a very specific type of commitment with the devil card right here. And this is why me personally, I always talk about, like, with marriage, I don't judge people's marriages. I look at marriages as like arrangements. People do what works for them when it comes to their marriage or their partnerships. Like, that's grown folks' business. I don't get involved. I don't judge. I just kind of like I look the other way when it comes to other people's marriages. I do not get involved with that. Marriages or even just serious like partnerships and connections. But yeah, this may even be someone too, if this isn't romantic, this could be somebody that wants you to maybe like put in a good word at your work. This may be somebody that wants you to stick your neck out there for them when it comes to maybe work. But I would be careful because it's like, let's say you put in the good word for them at work and you get them like a job or a position at where you work at. It's like your reputation is connected to them and whatever they do with that opportunity with the devil card right here. So I'll be a little bit careful about that pile 5. Okay. Let's just grab some, I'm trying to see if I'm saying anything else for you guys, but let's just, let's grab some archetype cards if anything else comes through. Okay, let's see what we get. Okay, we have here Child Eternal. Light attributes. Then we have here Teacher underneath the deck. Light attributes says determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit. Ability to see things with fresh eyes. Shadow says an ability to grow up and be responsible. Extreme dependency on others for physical security. This is what I was saying. Like I mentioned that we were just looking at you guys' tarot cards here. Like this person is very young in the mind because of the Fool card over here. And so yeah, it's like they treat everything as like, they treat life like a video game. If they screw up one chance with you, it's okay. Like I've got another chance with you. It's like they just expect these chances to keep coming through. Maybe they might have a very interesting Jupiter placement in their natal chart because sometimes or they could have a lot of trines. Sometimes when a person has a lot of trines in their natal chart, this can kind of make them that way where they just expect things to, always work out for them. Kind of like I actually just saw, what's it called? What's that movie called? Wicked. I actually just saw Wicked. I'm not a big fan of musicals, but I actually just saw that movie. And this person they're coming through is Glinda. Like she just always expected to get her way. That's how this person is kind of coming through. Like it's not malicious. That's the weird part. Like it's not coming through as malicious. Not on my end. It's just coming through as like, they just expect these things to and then we have here Martyr. Light attribute, it says learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself for a cause. Shadow says addiction is self-pity. So this person, they could see themselves as a martyr. Hero, heroine right here underneath the deck. This is somebody that they could definitely see themselves as like someone that is sacrificial or someone that puts others before themselves. And that could be why there's someone that's like, they need a lot of freedom because they may have a past where they were a martyr in the past, where they put themselves out there for other people in the past. Maybe they really, maybe they see themselves as somebody that was very sacrificial in relationships in the past. And now they kind of aren't like that anymore. Or this could be somebody that attracts a lot of martyrs into their life. They could attract a lot of people that are very giving, very sacrificial into their life. Especially too, if they have this way of coming off, we have this blank card coming out. Take that how you want to take it with the blank card coming out or it flipped over. But also too, when somebody is, then we also have your exorcist, light attribute, freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. Shadow attribute, fear of facing your own demons. It's interesting that exorcist came out and we have the devil card in your spread here. This person may feel like they have destructive impulses with the devil card. That's really interesting to have exorcist and martyr come out. And then underneath the deck here, we have thief. And it says light attribute sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. Shadow says stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or others' powers you think you lack. So this could be this destructive impulse that this person has where they feel like they have to take. They feel like they have to be the taker. Like I said, this person, when I was just looking at you guys' tarot cards, this person may feel like other people owe them loyalty, but when it comes to them, they don't look at it as though they owe other people that same loyalty. So this is somebody that takes and they don't give very much with the thief card coming out. And that may be a trait that they kind of see of themselves where it's like it's a little dark. They may kind of look at themselves as like they have some dark traits. This person could totally be like have some strong Scorpio energy as well. Yeah, this person could be a Capricorn, a Virgo, or a Aquarius, because the Fool is ruled by Uranus, which is ruled by Aquarius. Or they could be a Capricorn with the devil card over here. And the 8 and 9 of Pentacles are both ruled by Virgo. But this person, they may have some strong Scorpio energy as well, because they may kind of like identify with their darker qualities or their darker traits. And when I say darker, I don't mean like anything that's like evil. We do have exorcist, but yeah, it's kind of because the exorcist card came out. I feel like this person is someone that like, this is someone that to them, they may feel like they are taboo. They may feel like, I'm just going to use this as an example. This may be someone that is, let's say they're polyamorous, right? And to them, they look at it as like they have a darker side to them because they'd rather be polyamorous. They may feel like society looks down on a part of their life that they embrace, which is being polyamorous. They may kind of look at a part of themselves and go like, that's my dark quality. And at the same time, like I said, it's not malicious. You can't necessarily get mad because they kind of turn it around and go, well, I told you what it was. I told you that this is my dark side or my darker quality, or that, like I was very serious about this. This person, like they know it's something that most people don't go for, and they consider a part of themselves a little bit dark. They know that what they're into or what they do might be a little unconventional. It might be a little bit out there. But they're very honest about it. They're very transparent about it. They're like, listen, this is who I am. This is what I'm into. This is my truth. And they kind of have a way of almost, it's a little odd. It's like they kind of have a way of almost convincing people to try that. They almost have a way of convincing people to like, let's just, going back to that example, let's say like you're monogamous, you meet this person, you really end up liking them, and you're like, okay, let me try being in a poly relationship. They have a way of kind of doing that, almost like changing a person's principles or ideas about something and getting people to experiment. Like I kept saying when I was just looking at you guys' tarot cards, this person, like they may have made you experiment or try things that you didn't think you would try. And with exorcist, yeah, this person, they really do think they have like a darker side, not in like an evil way, but just in like a way where it's like most people don't embrace this part of themselves. And they're somebody that completely indulges. They definitely indulge with the devil card right here. They don't hold back when it comes to embracing what they want at all. They're very, very honest about it as well. That may be why they feel like a martyr. They may feel like a martyr to society. And them being so honest about it, they feel like it affords them a lot of chances with people because they're so honest. Very interesting. Let's see what comes out, a message here about you guys' connection. We have here the third chakra, and it says the energy of the solar plexus helps us to realize who we are exactly and who we want to be so we can set a course toward our goals. So this person is very, very in tune with their solar plexus, which is the chakra that rules the ego. Our form of like self-expression. This is just who we are, how we come off. This is our presence, our persona, our aura emanates from the third chakra, the solar plexus chakra. And so this person, again, they are very comfortable with who they are. They're very like relaxed about who they are. And they kind of just look at it as like, either you're going to take me or as I am or leave me as I am. So yeah, really interesting that kind of came through. And then we have here tenderness. The energy of tenderness activates our capacity to open our hearts and approach the world and each other with gentleness and care. This person may be very gentle. They may be very tender. They may be very loving and very caring. When you are with this person, they may make you feel like you're the only person in their life when you're with them. It's like they have a way of making people feel very, oh yeah, I did say that in your reading. I did say that this person makes you feel special. They make you feel chosen when you're with them. So they could just be very, very attractive. They could be extremely confident with this third chakra card here, the solar plexus chakra coming out. And with tenderness, it's like the fact that they're so confident, you probably wouldn't expect them to have like a softer, more gentle side, but they do. So it's like they have these two very, very strong sides to them where it's like they're super confident. They know who they are. And they're unapologetic about it, but at the same time, like they're very gentle, they're very loving, they're very warm, they're very caring. Okay, let's see what astrological influences come out about this person, what we get. Okay, we have here Capricorn. And like I said, the devil's ruled by Capricorn. And then we have the 10th house, which is also ruled by Capricorn. Then we have the second house that fell out upright, which is ruled by Taurus. And then underneath the deck, or was the 10th house underneath the deck? I don't remember. We have Saturn underneath the deck, maybe. Saturn also rules We've got a lot of Capricorn energy, lots of Capricorn energy. Devil, like I said, is ruled by Capricorn. You guys have a lot of earth energy here as well. Because like I said, 8 and 9 of Pentacles is ruled by Virgo. Virgo is an earth sign. Second house is ruled by Taurus, which is another earth sign. And Capricorn, we have Capricorn right here in the 10th house, which is also ruled by Capricorn. That's another earth sign. So, yeah. And then Saturn, it rules Capricorn. It also rules Aquarius, which, like I said, the full card here is ruled by Aquarius. So you guys could have a lot of, this person could definitely be a Capricorn, definitely an Aquarius, a Taurus, a Virgo for sure. But yeah, with these cards here coming out, Capricorn here, this person is very ambitious for so much Capricorn energy to come out. Capricorn is the sign that rules ambition. 10th house is the house that rules the very top of the chart. So this is the area that we aspire to go to. This house, it rules legacy, it rules fame. Like I said, this person may be very well known. They may be very wealthy. This may be somebody that's extremely ambitious, is very confident. They know what they bring to the table. They have very healthy, good sense of self-worth. With the second house here, that deals with value, it deals with assets, it deals with what we own. Second house also talks about what we produce. So it talks about how we make a living, how we make an earning, how we earn our money, where our income comes from. It also talks about the things that we own in the material plane, like maybe real estate or, different assets, or this could be like the clothes we own, the jewelry that we own, the cars we own, stuff like that. So this person, they could definitely be wealthy or definitely be very ambitious, very confident person. This is a very solid person for all this earth energy to come out. And then the 10th house, this is somebody who's very solid. They know who they are, they know what they want, and they go after it for sure. There's no doubt about that in my mind. This is somebody that goes after what they want. They don't let anything stop them. I think I might have even alluded to that or said that when I was just looking at you guys' tarot cards, like, and whether this is happening like in a romantic way or when it comes to business, like this person is loyal to themselves first and foremost. They're loyal to themselves and their desires and what they want. And they just make no apologies about it. And their toxic trait may be thinking that everybody's going to be okay with that and everybody has to capitulate and just be fine with it, with the Child Eternal card over here too. They just may look at it as like, I'm not going to change with the Exorcist card. I embrace my darkness. I embrace my dark. They don't see it as darkness, but they know other people might look down on certain qualities that they have, but they don't look at it as a darkness. They just look at it as like, I'm embracing my truth. The rest of humanity needs to learn how to do the same. That's how they see it. So yeah, this person may be very ambitious. They may be somebody that's like, they own their own business. Maybe they're self-employed. They could be like a CEO. They could be somebody that is, they have a high position at work. They may be very wealthy or come from wealth. They may be very privileged. Let's see if this person could reach out to you. What would they say? Oops. Okay. What does this say? It says, I want to take things slow because I have some unhealthy patterns that I need to work out. It says, I'm seeing synchronicities everywhere that are confirming my feelings for you are true. Seeing signs everywhere. And then this says, they want to take things slow because they have some unhealthy patterns that they need to work out. Like we have here, exorcist, martyr, and the devil, and thief. So this person, they do think that they have some unhealthy patterns in. So they are aware of that. I was kind of picking up that they are aware that they have some darker qualities or traits, but they kind of like embrace it at the same time. But they may realize you guys may not be speaking to this person because you decided to walk away and say like, listen, this is all well and good that this is who you are and that this is your truth, but I need more, or things would have to change for me to be with you or something like that. And so this person may be trying to, work some unhealthy patterns out because they're realizing that it's like, their feelings for you are true and they really want to explore that. Ooh, okay, hold on. Let's see what else we get. We have trust issues. I need to unlearn my previous behaviors that were built on not trusting others and letting people in. So this is that thief right here. So this person, they could have even experienced a betrayal in their past, and maybe that kind of led them to be a little bit more casual when it comes to dating, when it comes to relationships. Then we have, it says, I stalk you online and keep tabs on you on your social media through various unknown accounts. So they may even be kind of watching you guys through other social media accounts too. And then we have underneath the deck low, it feels like you've taken back some of your energy and aren't as invested before. So you guys definitely walked away from this person. Most of you walked away from this person because again, you can't get what you need from them. And so it's like, you guys may have put your foot down and said like, listen, this is fine that this is your truth, but my truth is I need commitment, or I need something that, you can't give me right now. You're not giving me right now. And so, yeah, you guys may have totally walked away from this person. And so they're taking some time to try and change with Exorcist over here. So Exorcist, they may be trying to purge their dark qualities for you. They may be trying to let go of that for you. And like I said, this person, they may be trying to, they may sort of come around to the idea of like, maybe I could be monogamous. Maybe I could be in a relationship with pile 5. Okay, but like I said, just kind of use your discernment because they may sort of be just sort of looking at it as like, oh, this is different. This is new. Let me try monogamy real quick, So just kind of use your discernment. Let's grab some messages about your connection. We have here twin flames. Wow. It says yin yang zen balance union duality coupling connection to each other. Then we have here cassette outdated thinking conditioning replaying events over in your head. So with twin flames here, this could be why it's so strong. I do get it, pile 5. If you guys are really into this person, I do get it. But also, if you guys like believe in twin flames, this person, you could look at them as your twin flame. They may look at you as their twin flame. Like, this is my, this is like my person, or this is somebody that I really want to be with, or this is somebody that I'm really connected to. Because it says here, yin, yang, zen, balance. So you guys may be extremely different with its saying duality here, coupling, complement each other. So you guys may be extremely different people. They may be somebody that's like, they think that they're darker, or they have embraced their darker qualities. And you may be somebody that is like very kind of like on the lighter side. Like I said, it's like this person, they may have kind of convinced you to explore another side of yourself that you didn't really think you were. With twin flames here, it makes a lot of sense. So they kind of brought you over to their side of things. We're like, like let's try doing things my way and seeing if you like it. And a lot of you said like, no, I'm going to bow out. I don't want things this way. I want you all to myself, or I want commitment, or, if this isn't romantic and this is like, platonic or something else, then this could just be sort of like you guys saying to them, like, I want something different. I want something else, come back to me if you ever decide to try things now my way. So this person, they could be definitely willing to make some really big changes to be with you. With this exorcist and martyr card over here, they feel like they're ready maybe to sacrifice their darkness, or the thief with the thief card right here, devil card, exorcist, martyr. They could feel ready, like they're ready to even grow up with child eternal right here for you. Like they're ready to make some really big changes. Okay. And then we have here cassette underneath the deck, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. This person may be coming to realize that it's like, oh, wow, like I have had this antiquated way of looking at love or connections or relationships. It could be outdated thinking because maybe in the past, maybe they dealt with betrayal with the thief card right here in some of their relationships. And so it just kind of caused them to not take relationships as seriously or put as much stock and value into them. And they may be coming around to realizing that like, wow, that's an outdated way of thinking. I need to change my thinking. And so, yeah, they could be sort of like replaying events over in their head, like, I need to change certain things about my past. So that could be something that they're definitely doing for you, pile 5. And if they're not doing that right now, because they're not willing to change right now, this could be in the near future for them, where they're like, oh yeah, I'm willing to change. I'm willing to come around for pile 5. I'm willing to get more monogamous. And I did pick that up when I was just looking at the tarot cards here. I did pick that up where it's like, they're kind of willing to experiment now, where it's like, let's see what it's like to settle down and commit and be with one person. Like, let's just see, if this is something that I could do. So it's like, they're open to it. They're definitely open to it for sure. Okay, let's see if we get some physical traits. We have here slender, so this person could be slender. They could have curly hair. They could have short hair. They could have medium length hair. Could have straight hair. A lot coming out about their hair. So their hair may be like something that people first notice. We have here muscular, glasses, blue eyes came out, and blonde hair. Okay, and underneath the deck, we have wavy hair. And the final message about this person to you, pile 5, we have flower of life, divine creativity and manifestation, and then divine sisterhood, community of the spiritual sisters and brothers of the light. With flowers of life, I heard something come through very clearly for you to really focus on yourself. If you guys are waiting for this person to change, start putting that energy into yourself, focusing on yourself and the things that like really make you like excited or happy. Focus on your own creation, your own creativity. Okay, with flower of life here, but I'm gonna read this out of the book. So one second. But yeah, focus on work, focus on your own friends, focus on your own life. And flower of life says you are entering a fertile period of your life. Focus on your innate creativity and how potent this is becoming, and watch it rapidly grow. You are guided to think of yourself as a creative being and to surrender your control over how things will manifest and instead allow them to do so. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty much what I picked up with you guys. It says, don't resist change, instead flow and let it happen. Now is the time for your blossoming. So you guys are just focused on your blossoming right now with Flower of Life. If this card and message had something to do with your person, this could be something that they are doing. They're coming to sort of realize and blossom and grow into themselves and mature into themselves, where it's like, I think I could definitely change for pile 5 if it means keeping pile 5 in my life. So that message could also be for them. But for those of you that resonate with the message that came with Flower of Life, definitely focus on your own creativity and whatever it is that you're trying to manifest in your life right now, for sure, until this person comes back into your life, or if they come back into your life, if you guys are even open to it. Because with you guys focusing on your own life, you may even realize that it's like, I don't even, this was just a phase for me, or this was just something that I needed to experience, but I don't want to seriously commit to this. So that could be the message behind this Flower of Life. Take it as it resonates for you though. Okay, pile 5. But other than that, this is all that I'm seeing for you. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.